tungod gid nis pangandoy sa uban.
Sure.
Hi, LPTs, good morning po, English majors. You are with, um, ayaw niya ng maraming adjective, so most beautiful na lang, ayan. Ever
All right.
beautiful, ever dynamic nating lecturer, yan.
Unsa na
So,
mo
let me
kita sa
introduce to
comments, sir?
nasa atong group ma'am kung naa ka dito 'no,
Wala.
basin nawala ka ngadto, sige i-add lang ti ka,
Mm.
i-join lang ti pero
Okay,
unsa day
sige.
imong gamit sa share ma'am, full screen or window?
Oh, window sir, but mura man diri live chat through
Yeah,
YouTube di ay.
okey.
Oh, lain
Naa
na
sa'yo
siya.
Facebook ma'am. Mas nindot na siya kay naka-live gyud na siya unya mao gyud nay comments kay namo gyud pang-restrict na ngadto sa Facebook, so kini siya mao gyud na siya real time comments nga makita nimo. Okey ra, working
Okay.
ra siya, pero puwede sad kuhaan ti ka, i-message ti ka for you to join. Na-add naman gud
All
siguro
right.
ti ka ma'am, oy. Kay naka-lecture na ba
Dara
ta last time?
nakuha na nako, sir.
No, odsi ba? Good morning, LPTs. You are with our suki lecturer, no? Ang ating pong pinakamagaling sa majorship ng English. Walang iba po kundi si Ma'am Jenny. Dapat LPT. Ma'am Jen, iwan na kita
Dapat
ha.
yun. Sige, thank you, Sir Melvin.
God bless you po.
God bless. All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So we will start right away with our lecture. Yes, hello, good morning. This is the major in English final coaching. So what we'll be doing is hindi na natin isa-isahin yung mga concepts. Since final coaching na ito, we'll be just having drills and techniques, okay? Although there will be some na i-discuss ko pa rin, okay? Um, yeah, I will do my best to entertain with the comments. Bear with me kasi I have sipon. Hello, good morning. So yeah, lalo-lalo na sa mga major in English, I included things that I believe would be really useful to you, lalong-lalo na in taking or kapag actual let na. So our board exam will be 17, right? And this is already March 3. So, bakit nga pala ako? Why did I look up for the calendar? I have it here. You are 2 weeks away. You are 2 weeks away from the let, right? So, exactly isang Sunday na lang yung dadaan and then after that, board exam yun na. So, I hope, yeah, I hope this lecture will be useful to you. Just remember the tips. Yun naman talaga yung pinaka-importante, lalo na sa ating major in English. Alam nyo, yung majorship kasi, it's different than yung minors. Majorship is information that we accumulated over the years sa pag-aaral natin sa college. At yung advantage pa doon is minsan inuulit-ulit yung questions, which is really useful, 'di ba? Or minsan it's like pwede siyang ma-predict kung anong lumabas. But major in English, it's really different. And you just have to trust me on this, after how many years of lecturing, I have come to realize na iba talaga yung major in English. All right, good morning, guys. But I cannot see properly, but okay lang. All right. So, okay, things to expect about the major in English board exam. The first one is, I'm sorry, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. It's not just from me or during my time. Every season, basta major in English, talagang mahirap siya. I've heard it from intelligent people. I've heard it from examinees na merong Latin honors. Yeah, almost from anyone. So mahirap siya. I've I've heard it from people who diligently attended lectures. Yung talagang nagno-notes, yung talagang nag-aaral. Kahit na maigi yung pag-aaral nila, nahirapan pa rin sila. So it's difficult. The next is it's unpredictable. So as I mentioned earlier, hindi naman we cannot know kung anong lalabas. So it could be maybe it's about campus journalism or about literature or about language learning. So yeah, it varies. You cannot expect na kung anong lumabas last season, yun din yung lalabas ngayon. Although to me, in my final coachings, yung sinasali ko talaga is yung mga recent items na lumabas. Who knows naman kung baka ibalik, 'di ba? Or para kahit na hindi man siya ibalik, you will come face to face with actual questions na, mare-realize nyo na, okay, talagang mahirap siya. And kapag ganitong klase mga tanong, how will I answer it, 'di ba? So, pinaka-importante pa rin yung practice. Of course, some questions are foreign and some are new. So, recently, I've noticed every board exam, they include, authors na hindi naman talaga natin dinidiscuss in college. They include stories and poems that, we've never heard before. There will be literary devices, literary terms, terminologies that, that are foreign to us. Parang alien ba? So that's what you should expect. As I said, when I received my test questionnaire, para talagang Chinese yung text because I couldn't understand a single thing. And then it's the same. Every examinee, they come back to me and be like, Ma'am Jenny, tama ka nga. Parang ang Chinese yung test paper because it's really, some of the words are truly foreign. So yeah, it's really up to you. All right. Oh, a lot are watching from Zamboanga Plus, sir. Hello. So I am located in Cebu City. Yeah, Sir Melvin is in the north, Cebu. Andun din yung province ko. We are actually of neighboring province. But one time lang kami nagkita and hindi pa ako pumasa that time. Siya yung speaker for our final coaching face to face. And that was the only time. But yeah, anyway, again, try to realize this one, okay? Kapag major in English na, it's difficult, it's unpredictable, at yung mga tanong, kadalasan bago. Yung mga vocabularies bago. Another thing din, una nyo kasing sasagutan in the morning, that's Gen Ed. And then after that, in the noon time naman, during noon time, so mag-Gen Ed kayo, you'll be taking your lunch, and then Prof Ed. Tendency niyan, you have answered approximately 100, I don't know, 300 items in total, di ba? Gen Ed and Prof Ed. So tendency niyan, yung utak niyo talaga, it's so, overused na, talagang pagod na. Kaya pagdating sa major, na kung saan pa yung pinakamahirap, dyan pa ubos na yung energy nyo. So that is another challenge na dapat yung paghandaan. Okay? But anyway, there will be tips and techniques along the way. So yeah, I'll try my best. I really thought about this live. I know some of you will also join my final coaching. Magkaiba po yun, okay? So if you join my final coaching, don't worry kasi entirely iba din yung content doon, okay? Although mayroon pa rin akong i-include. So I really thought how this one could be beneficial for you. And yeah, anyway, let's do our best together. So, okay. The major in English exam, it's difficult, it's unpredictable, it's new. But the good news is you can do it, okay? If you check my Facebook page, Exams Jenny, sobrang dami kong nare-receive na thank you message every time lumalabas yung results. There are a lot of comments and, private messages and posts that, thanking me because they passed it. So, mahirap siya, but it's not impossible. Okay? So, of course, if you help yourself, wala naman your lecturers, they are just, instrument. Pero in the end, it really is all about you. Okay? Anong effort na ibibigay mo. So there. Goodness is you can do it. It's difficult, but not impossible. Okay? So let's have the table of specifications para lang ma-refresh kayo. Since, yeah, final coaching na ito, okay? So, 25% of the exam are the theoretical foundations of language, culture, literacies, and literature. So, dito papasok yung linguistics, mga phonology, morphology, semantics. Talagang yung morphology palagi siyang lumalabas. Okay, yung mga theories and principles about language learning. So lumalabas naman yung sa linguistics, psycholinguistics, social linguistics, and so much more. 25% yan. Okay, dito din yung language, culture, and society, structure of English, yung skill nyo sa grammar, how is it? Gaano ba tayo kagaling? And of course, the language programs and policies in multilingual societies, So yung mga pidgin, Creole, dialect, and so much more. So ano yung understanding and skills nyo dyan? Next, literature naman, it's 30%. So ito naman is about the literary works na na-encounter natin. So children and adolescent literature, mythology and folklore, survey and literature of selected countries. So yeah, mga literary works. And of course, um, 45% naman is yung methodology. 45% is yung mga methodology. So dito papasok yung mga prof ed like questions. So teaching of macro skills, teaching and assessment of literature, mga instructional materials, speech and stage arts, about research, about creative writing, campus journalism. So it's 45%, almost half. Technically, kahit na binibigay nila ito, ang new TOS, sometimes hindi pa rin nafa-follow. There will be questions na talagang wala sa or pang history na question or pang Filipino major na question. It happens. Ganyan siya ka-unpredictable. So, it's not really perfect eh. Lalo na, sobrang daming, there will be a lot of typos in your test questionnaire. So, yeah, don't be surprised, okay? Maraming wrong spelling or sometimes yung correct answer wala sa options. It happens. Like, ma'am, anong gagawin namin? Yeah, don't answer letter E, okay? Also, don't ask your proctor kasi wala na yung magagawa. Your proctors are just there to assist you, to help you. But with regards to question, they cannot do anything about it. So, you're on your own, my child. All right, so that's it. Now, this is the most important question for me that I really want you to answer all throughout. Kahit na hindi na kayo masyadong sumagot sa drills, but I just really want you to answer this. We are 2 weeks away. We are 2 weeks away from the actual board exam. Rate kung gaano na kayo kahanda. Rate your preparedness 1 to 10. So, 2 weeks na lang, I'm really expecting at least 7.5 up. So let me see the comments. Hello, good morning. 2 weeks na lang. So let me see your preparedness. Okay, I just told you it's difficult. And then, oh my gosh, I'm so savage. Also, I gave you the TOS, ilang percentage yung lalabas. So yung pinakamaganda kasi is that you're able to assess yourself. So kapag sa tingin mo, hala, 7 pa lang ako na ready. Ano ba? 7 pa lang yung rate ko in, my preparedness. So, saan mo ba huhugutin? Ano ba yung 3? Ano ba yung remaining 3? Saan ba yun galing? Oh, sobrang daming 5 pa lang. Really? 5? Why? Bakit 5? So, you have to search kung nasan yung extra 5. Okay, ano ba yan? Sa pag-aaral nyo ba yan? Sa pag-practice? Or sa isusuot nyo ba yan? Or sa materials that you will use? Yeah, and as we get closer and closer to the board exam, marirealize nyo na sobrang dami pa palang need na i-study, right? But yeah. Anyway, you have to, kapag na-assess nyo yung sarili nyo, another thing that can help you is you have to look kung saan kayo nagkulang, okay? Okay, that's understood, no? So busy sa work, and some of you are parents. I would really understand that. Even my best friend, as she took the board exam, bago pa lang siya nanganak. Also, some of my classmates do that, and it's really hard. Lalong-lalo na sa time management, 'di ba? Nahihirapan talaga tayo. Or kahit na hindi man, like, even if you have time, pagod ka rin, kahit na may oras ka sana, pero hindi mo na magawa kasi gusto mo na lang magpahinga. And that's really valid. That's really valid. Also, some of you here are nafa-frustrate, 'di ba? Hindi naman lahat first-time takers. Some of you are repeaters, 'di ba? And meron yung nag-viral na video online about the limitation of taking the board exam. So that's another very heavy pressure for you. So yeah, let's do our best, okay? Kaya nga eh. All right. So that's why I divided this into 3. As I said, I really thought this through, and I'm really excited to be here with you. So for today's final coaching, the first part ng ating coaching is skill training. So why? Yeah, we will discuss it later, okay? And I will have after skill training or after I share my knowledge about that, we will proceed with discussion. So ito, we will discuss, some concepts na yung mga palaging present sa major in English. And of course, we'll do the drills, okay? Just for you to be familiarized. Also, I lectured in this group or yung nasa private group ni Sir Melvin last time. Major in English din yun, di ba? Last January 26. So I included some concepts from there and then I tried to assess kung na-understand or nakuha nyo naman. Yun, okay? I blurred out. If it's blurry, please change the setting, okay? All right. Oh, wow, okay. So let's start with the skill training. Isa lang talaga yung rule ko. Just please listen. Yung pinaka-importanteng gagawin talaga if you are studying is to prepare your mind, to empty your head, okay? I know marami tayong bayarin sa buhay. I know we have a lot of other problems. But if occupied yung isip mo and hindi mo na ma-take yung new information, it will still be useless. So study when you are ready, okay? Study when you are ready. There. So, isa lang talagang rule ko, just listen. Yun lang. It's not necessary that you take down notes of everything kasi you cannot really memorize it sa sobrang daming concepts. Imagine 4 years tayo nag-college, right? 6 years in high school. Some are 4 years in high school. And then they will just wrap it up in 150 questions. So you cannot really expect na makukuha ng utak nyo lahat. So just listen, okay? There, let's start. So here, first part setting skill training. What kind of questions are in the major in English board exam? So, ito po, I did not research it sa Google or something, okay? These are based on my observation. As I was also like you before, I was also an examinee. And other than that, I was a lecturer. So, of course, you'll hear a lot of stories from the examinees. Diba? Like, ma'am, ganito, 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 ma'am, yung lumabas, ganito, ganito, ganito. So, I tried to, kinuha ko lahat and then I sum it up into three. So, kind of questions sa major exam. First is critique question. So, own vocabulary ko lang yan, okay? Please don't judge. We also have the factual question and the puzzle questions. So, let's start with the critique questions. Lalo na in the last season, sobrang dami nito. So, ito yung mga poems, reading comprehension, literature, or mga situational. So, magbibigay sila doon. Karamihan talaga is magbibigay sila ng specific stanza of poems or a specific story, a specific, they will cut a line from a specific work and then ipa-analyze nila sa examinee. So those are what we call the critique questions. Like, okay, in blah 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 blah, ano ba yung ibig sabihin niya sa flower? Ano ba yung ano ba yung symbol ng flower in this line? Or sa Romeo and Juliet, what is the blah 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 blah? That's how, ganon yung mga questions dyan. So very often, if you are enthusiastic about reading, so it's an advantage for you. If mahilig kang magbasa, it's an advantage for you. Actually, malaki naman talaga yung advantage ng mga major in English sa ULET. Kasi, yung exam, yung language niya, it's English eh. Okay, yung language niya is English. And so that's why, okay, so yung language niya is English. That's why, for example, sa Prof Ed or sa Gen Ed, mas madali nating maintindihan yung situation, mas madali nating ma-analyze, 'di ba? Compared sa you're not so keen with the English language, tapos try mo pang iintindihin, try mo pang basahin yung correct answer, try mo pang hanapin yung correct answer. So, it will be really challenging for you. So, yeah, malaki yung advantage natin sa board exam, okay? Laban. So, if you are mahilig ka magbasa, then it's really good for you, okay? Madali mong ma-interpret yung mga hidden meanings, the mga poems, literature, and so on. It's really an advantage for you. So hold on to that, okay? Now, how to answer yung mga critique questions. So first is you read between the lines. Don't be literal, okay? So of course, for example, yung poetry or yung mga figurative languages, they don't mean it literally. There is a meaning behind the text. So you should learn how to read between the lines. Another thing, you pay attention to the details. Pay attention sa character. Anong klaseng character ba yung nandun? Nakakatawa ba? Masiyahin ba yung character? Pay attention to the place, you know? San ba yung lugar niya? Is it magulo ba yung setting doon? The time, the weather, 'di ba? Minsan yung weather, if it's winter, ibig sabihin it's cold, it's sad. So through that, you can get some, gist kung ano siya entirely. And of course, you feel the mood of the text. So generally, yung mga vocabularies na ginagamit, are they more, are they angry? Is it sad? Is it about moving on? Is it very happy? You know? So that's it. That's how you, lalong-lalo na, again, sa mga poems na binibigay ng PRC. We've never met them. Some of them we've never met before. So, ibibigay lang nila doon ng text. So, it's your job to read it and try to understand it more, okay? So, that's it. Read between the lines. Pay attention to details and feel the mood para mas maintindihan mo. So, really, you should expect na merong mga stanzas doon. So, let's have an example. This was a question in the September 2023 board exam. So, well, now, if little by little you stop loving me, I shall stop loving you little by little. If suddenly you forget me, do not look for me, for I shall already have forgotten you. So that's it. So let's try to apply. Read between the lines, pay attention to details, yung character, and of course, generally, feel the mood. Ano ba yung emotion na includes a text? So there. So, 'di ba? It's all about ano ba? You stop loving me, then ako din, I'll stop loving you too. Kapag makalimutan mo ako, wag mo na ako intindihin kasi kinalimutan na rin kita. Ay, sana all. All right, so let's proceed to the question. What is the central message of the poem If You Forget Me? A poem by Pablo Neruda. Is it deciding to move on, being pessimistic, about promising, or being mournful? So, what is the central message? Yung pinaka-center. So, sobrang daming na-shock nito kasi they don't know Pablo. Sino ba yung si Pablo? Yeah. So, why did I include talaga yung skill training? Kasi alam ko, pagdating niyo doon, there will be items that are really not familiar to you. So, at least man lang, kahit na hindi familiar sa'yo yung item, you're still able to answer. Okay, mahahanapan pa rin ng paraan. Okay? All right. So, thank you so much for commenting. So, ano ba daw yung central message ng poem na yon? Okay. What was that again? Kapag kinalimutan mo ako, then kakalimutan din kita. Right? So, it's all right. So, we're able to analyze it, diba? Nasa na yung PPT ko. So, it's deciding to move on. So, if we try to see to it, little by little, kapag hindi mo na ako mahal, little by little, hindi na rin kita mamahalin. It really happens, diba? Totoo naman. And if suddenly, kapag makalimutan mo ako, then, wag mo na akong hanapin kasi nakalimutan na rin kita. So, that is all about moving on. So, yan yung central message of the poem if you forget me. So I hope it's this simple, okay? Pero minsan kasi we'll get distracted sa other options. Kaya, you know, hindi na tayo or we will miss the correct answer. Kaya importante din to eliminate, okay? Kahit na medyo sure ka sa sagot mo, still try to analyze it. Don't neglect the other options, okay? Try to analyze the distractors. So, there. A very useful tip talaga kung paano mag-eliminate is to not do not answer unless there are last two options that you have, okay? So, wag kang sasagot Gen Ed, Prof Ed, Major, kahit isang item. Wag kang sasagot na apat pa yung options mo. Okay? Diyan ka na sumagot kapag dalawa na lang yung natira. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, number two naman, so that's it for the critique questions. Bakit na critique yung nahanap kong vocabulary? I don't know. I just like it that way kasi you're trying to understand a certain word, di ba? Of course, yung pinakamahirap din sa major and English board exam are the factual questions. Ito yung mga concrete questions. So it's more on memorization. It's about people, rules, yung mga author, sino yung author nito, or sino yung proponent nito, ano ba yung ambag ni Stephen Krashen, ni Delheims, and so on. So these are the questions na kahit na i-analyze natin yung word by word, if you don't know, you don't know. 'Di ba? Na-meet ko 'to dati. Honestly, you can call me stupid, but yung question sa Gen Ed is, sino yung nanay ni Dr. Jose Rizal? And honestly, of all the people when I was reviewing, I really focused on my major exam. Okay? Nag-aral naman ako kay, si Rizal, si mga Segunda Katigbak or yung mga lovers niya. But I actually did not pay attention to his mom. So, yeah, I was so shocked. Kasi honestly, I really, really don't know kung sino ang nanay ni Jose Rizal. All right. So, yeah, ito yung pinakamahirap, the factual questions. Now, how to answer this? Here are the tips that I have accumulated. First is you look for clues. Look for clues. So, how to answer if the question is alien? So, for example, sa akin, yung sino yung nanay ni Jose Rizal, I really did not know that time. So, look for clues. Huwag mo munang sagutan kasi baka ibibigay nila sa ibang item. Siguro, yan yung question sa item number 3. Tapos dun sa item number 51, nagbigay agad ng same type na question. So from there, makakakita ka ng clues na, okay, ito pala yon. So possible, yung answer dito is ito. Okay? Another thing is to make your most intelligent guess. So through that, yeah, you'll be able to okay. Aside from paano ka ba gagawa ng most intelligent guess is you assess the distractors, okay? So during my time, nung tinanong yung nanay niya si Rizal and I really did not know, yeah, I tried to look for clues pero wala naman. Now, I did was to assess the distractors and also did my most intelligent guess. So, di ba, i-memorize naman natin yung full name ni Jose Rizal, yung Jose Protasio Alonso Realonda, and so on, di ba? So, I memorized it that time. And so I tried to think, okay, ito yung family name niya. So, siguro one of these family names will be in the option. So, kasi 'di ba, syempre naman yung family name ng nanay niya nasa full name niya. Another thing is to assess the distractors. So, yung sa distractors kasi nandun si Melchora, you know, nandun yung mga people na I'm sure that are not related to Jose Rizal. And that's how I got the correct answer. So, doon ko realize, okay, this is the only option that makes sense, okay? So if you really don't know, I'm sure malalagay ka talaga sa sitwasyon na yan. That the question is just foreign. If you don't know, you don't know. So it's the factual question. So how to answer if it's alien? Don't answer right away. Look for clues, okay? Make your most intelligent guess. And of course, assess the other distractors. So assess the options kung alin ba dyan yung pinaka-malapit at pinaka-malayo. Pwede po bang sulatan yung questionnaire? Listen, yung questionnaire. Yung questionnaire, yes, okay? But your answer sheet, kung saan ka mag-shade, no. Shade lang alone, okay? Anyway, about that, i-discuss ko yan mamaya, like until at the very end, okay? So don't worry. Now, let's try this one. Okay, so lumabas din ito last September 2023 board exam. What is the literary genre of the tall tale? Okay. Is it fictional poetry, fictional narrative, historical fiction, or non-fictional story? What is the literary genre of the tall tale? So if you don't know what a tall tale is, how will you know? Diba? Is it poetry? Is it narrative? Is it, you know, so much and so on. And that's why, let's just say, okay, hindi mo muna siya sinagutan at nag-wait ka muna sa ibang items, naghanap ka muna ng clues. So, malaman mo. Let's just say, okay, kapag mabait si Lord, tapos in another item may nagbigay ng definition na a tall tale pala is a story that is very difficult to believe. A greatly exaggerated story. So that's when you, oh my gosh, yan yung tall tale. Yan pala yung definition ng tall tale. So babalikan mo ulit yung item, right? Now, what is your answer? Is it fictional poetry, fictional narrative, historical fiction, or non-fictional story? Literary genre. So, alin dyan yung pinaka mabigat? See? So, I really hope, yeah, there will be a lot, really a lot of questions. Later, for the tips or yung mga frequently asked, yung pwede ba sulatan or anong isusuot, yeah, I can answer most of them later, okay? All right, so sagot natin is, see, we're able to answer. So it's fictional narrative. So please study tall tales. Sobrang dami daw lumabas niyan that time. So who knows, baka ibalik nila. Pero at least now, you have an idea already na tall tale is, okay, an exaggerated story. Yung talagang hindi ka paniwala. All right. So that's how we were able to answer. So yun yung paano sagutan yung factual questions, okay? And finally, the last one is puzzle questions. Puzzle questions naman, these are questions that can be analyzed. Okay. So for example, yung questions about research, yung mga anong klaseng design ba yung ginamit, or yung hypothesis, or yung mga principles, di ba? Is it psycholinguistics, or is it language interference? So sometimes the questions are like that too. It's a major in English. So how to answer? This one is, yeah, just to analyze. Of course, yun naman talaga. So for example, mamaya na lang. Kapag puzzle questions, it's like a puzzle na isang piece na lang yung kulang. And if you think that that option na pinili mo is the missing piece, then that's it, okay? It's like a thought na you have to complete it, you have to pick the right piece. It's like picking the right answer. So questions can be like that as well. Now, here is an example. Okay. I want to remove the black one. I can't remove. Okay. So, which of the following principles of grammar is about changing the structure of the sentence from passive into active voice? Hello, Ma'am Donna Pearl. Oh my gosh, nahiya ako, guys. Andito yung coach sa social studies. All right. So again, which of the following principles of grammar is about changing the structure? Is it transformational, notional, functional, or traditional? So dito is, yeah, you can analyze naman, di ba? So changing the structure, it should be transformational, right? Okay, so sobrang daming sumagot ng letter A, and that is correct. There. So, again, we are left with three. Yeah, ito yung last part ng aking skill training, okay? What kind of questions are in the major exam? So you have the critique questions. Ano ulit yun? They will let you analyze poems and lines, text lines, literary lines, and so on. There will be factual questions, yung sa mga authors, mga proponents, dates, and so on. And of course, the puzzle questions. So, yeah, I hope you got something from that. I really tried my best to include this kasi I know some questions there is, yeah, new to you, and that's how you can try to answer them, okay? In the end, yung exams naman talaga, it's not really about knowing everything. It's about knowing how to answer, okay? But if you know everything, that's a big advantage, pang top-notcher na yan. But another thing talaga is really knowing how to answer. So it's unpredictable. No one knows kung anong lalabas, kung anong questions ang ibibigay. It's important that you are ready. Okay? So there. That's how you answer. Now let's proceed with the discussion. So these will be the some concepts lang that I included that hopefully can help you trying to analyze, okay? So all of these answers are from my point of view. It can be different from what you know, but I will try to rationalize, okay? So all of these are from my point of view, so please listen. Now let's start. This time you can already comment your answers. You can already comment your answers. So, this was a question. He works very, very hard. Is this reduplication, iteration, repetition, or supplementation? He works very, very hard. Yung pag-ulit ng very, very. Is it reduplication, iteration, repetition, or supplementation? And I know there will be last two items that will be very confusing for you. It was confusing for me too, but I really, extended my research para matungkad ko kung ano ba talaga yung tamang sagot dito. So far kasi, LPTs, or soon to be LPTs, ang sarap pakinggan. There are, you know, kinds of repetition. Okay. Repetition is truly general. It's truly general. Diba? You cannot say, okay, inulit yung very, very. So, repeated siya. It's repetition. Do you know, alam mo ba kung ano yung letter A? Alam mo ba kung ano yung letter B? Alam mo ba kung ano yung letter C? Right? So we just answered, inulit siya, so that should be it. So the thinking should not be like that, okay? Kaya nga, we do our best to analyze it as much as possible. Pero kung talagang no choice ka na, and that's the most intelligent guess, well, ano bang magagawa natin? But now that you still have the chance to work on that thinking, then please work. I-work mo yan, okay? So our answer is actually reduplication. It's letter A. So why? Ano ba yung reduplication? Bakit hindi siya repetition, ma'am? Is repeated naman. Guys, reduplication is a process of repeating. Okay, repetition din siya. Another technique that's really helpful for you, do not play safe with your answers. Do not play safe. There will be answers there will be options there na general. 'Di ba? Kung meron kang masagot na mas specific, yan yung isagot mo. Okay? Kung meron kang sagot na mas specific, yan yung isagot mo. So for example, ang tanong, okay, saan nakatira si Jenny? Letter A, sa lugar. Letter B, sa Philippines. Letter C, sa Cebu, Philippines. Sasagutin mo ba is yung letter A, sa lugar? Kasi syempre sa lugar siya nakatira, alangan naman siya saan siya nakatira, 'di ba? Sa bahay. So, no, that's incorrect. That's too safe. So, never play safe, okay? Kung meron kang mas alam, mas specific na sagot, okay, sa Cebu, Philippines, then that's the most correct answer. So, anyway, okay, I'll be having tips along the way. So, if you say iteration, typically refers to a okay, repetition pa rin, but it's a process or procedure. So, repetition of action, yung ang ini-iterate, paulit-ulit. So, if you say supplementation naman, it's still like repeating. It's like you're repeating the point, but you're trying to enhance it. You're trying to improve it. Okay? So, I think very common yung supplementation if you are introducing yung ating principle, the ever dynamic, active, da 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 da. Right? So, paulit-ulit lang yung adjective eh. Iniibaba mo lang yung word. Because you're trying to enhance it. Gusto natin ipalabas na, okay, sobrang galing ni principal. So, that's supplementation. Okay? Paulit-ulit pa rin. And of course, I did not include, yeah, repetition. Dito na tayo sa reduplication. Refers to the repetition of a word or part of a word to convey intensity, emphasis, or plurality. So kapag sinabi mo sa crush mo, I really, really like you. Or magdasal ka kay Lord, Lord, gustong gusto ko talaga pumasa. That is reduplication. So inulit mo yung gustong gusto mo. It means you're trying to emphasize yung intensity niya, meaning grabe yung kagustuhan mo. Kasi gusto mo. So that's reduplication, okay? Sometimes it's not just, there are different kinds of reduplication. Hindi ko na lang siya include kasi it's understandable naman. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na triple reduplication. Gusto mo. Okay? So it's the process of repetition. So for example, okay, there are two main types. The partial reduplication. So kapag partial, hindi mo kinopy entirely yung word. You just copied a part of it. Okay? Ping pong. Actually, sobrang dami niyang examples ng partial reduplication. Let me look for more. But yung ping pong talaga yung mga um, hip hop, yeah, that's an example of yeah partial reduplication. Zigzag, okay, ping pong. So inulit yung word but not all of it. Partial reduplication lang yan, okay? Kapag total reduplication naman, you are repeating the word again. So yun palang very, it's a total reduplication, okay? Katulad sa win-win situation, it's a win-win situation. So yung win-win pala, it's, yeah, reduplication. So panalo ka, panalo rin ako. It's a win-win. So again, to convey the intensity of something, or to emphasize, or to pluralize it, it's reduplication, okay? Don't worry. Okay, now that you know, let's try to drill or let's try to assess. Para sa akin, the most, ay, ding dong Dantes. Okay, ding dong. Okay, that's right. The most important way, or I mean, the most effective way to learn is to experience something. So every time we learn something new, i-apply natin kaagad, okay? So dito, he walked and walked. Lumakad siya ng lumakad. His empty steps echoing in the street. It means lumakad siya until he reached the end of the road. It means lumakad siya. Okay? So, inulit-ulit lang yung, trying to, yeah. Ano ba yan? Is that reduplication, iteration, repetition, or supplementation? He walked and walked. So, ano nga ulit yung paulit-ulit na proseso? Is it A, B, C, or D? Paulit-ulit na proseso. All right. So we are now getting to the correct answer. So yeah, it's iteration. So his steps echoing. So yeah, he walked on a walk. So that's iteration. Okay, let's have another. She was excited, happy to finally see her long lost friend after years of separation. She was excited, happy to finally see her long lost friend after years of separation. Is it reduplication, iteration, repetition, or supplementation? So, na-excite na siya, tapos natuwa naman siya. 'Di ba? Grabe na siguro yung you know Ma'am Kim, right? I'm also very excited and happy. Yan yung pinag-usapan namin ni Sir Melvin before before ako nag-live. So, Ma'am Kim will visit Cebu and I will meet her at the airport. I'm so excited. It's probably by the end of this month. So, I am excited. I'm happy. I'm elated. So, what is it? I'm trying to enhance it, 'di ba? Gumagamit ako ng ibang words, but I'm trying to enhance it. So that's yes, tama na. Supplementation. So kapag makita na natin yung question very, very, you already have an idea, di ba? Di lang repetition kagad, but you don't know ano yung A, B, or D. But believe me, it will happen to you. It will happen to you. Mahirap yung question, mahirap din yung options. What will you do? So, you kaya nga ako nagpa-skill training in the first part of this. Now let's proceed. When a story or plot line ends suddenly, or a large plot twist occurs and is left unresolved. Okay, what literary device is this? Is it cliche, cliffhanger, climax, or comic relief? When a story or plot line ends suddenly. So isa ito sa mga puzzle questions, 'di ba? Yung pwede mong ma-analyze yung question, pwede mo ring ma-analyze yung options. So it really happens. I'm a big fan of Dan Brown. If you know that author, siya yung nagsulat sa oh my gosh, 'di ba? I'm a big fan tapos nakalimutan ko. The Da Vinci Code kasi yung pinakasikat, Angels and Demons, The Origin. So grabe yung mga ganito sa story niya. There's always a large plot twist. Tapos you'll be left hanging. So isa itong technique ng mga author para magugustuhan mo talagang basahin yung ano ba yung kasunod, ano yung kasunod, ano yung kasunod, 'di ba? Lalong-lalo na sa mga yung mga final episode, yung mga last part ng mga K-dramas, yung every episode. And that's why we really look forward to the next episode. Talagang hinihintay natin. So it keeps us thrilled. Of course, yeah. The English majors know this, and we are a fan of this. It's called the correct cliffhanger. So bago natin i-define yung cliffhanger, let's have first the cliches. So kapag tinanong doon sa board exam, ano ba yung mga tawag sa mga overused phrase, idea, or element in a storytelling? So dahil na palagi itong ginagamit, palaging inuulit, talagang hindi na siya original pakinggan. So that's cliche, okay? So lalo na yung they lived happily ever after. So I think lahat ng mga Disney stories, it always ends like this. Another thing then is yung intro, diba? Like, once upon a time in a faraway land, there lives a princess named. So, naging unoriginal na siya pakinggan. It's because it's frequently used. So that's cliche. Next naman is yung comic relief. So, in every story na mabasa natin, in every work that we read or every movie that we watch, kahit na it's about horror or kahit na it's about suspense, it's tragic, there's always a part of it na gumagaan yung loob natin, right? There's always this character na kapag pumasok siya sa scene, it's always funny. It's always, parang comic relief, okay? Sa sobrang intense ng situation, there's always a comic relief, okay? It provides a break from serious or intense aspect. the story. Yung talagang grabe na yung sagutan, patayan, and then suddenly there's this one funny character, or there's this one funny line, there's this one funny situation. So that is what we call the comic relief, okay? So pay attention kasi baka magbigay sila ng specific lines doon, or baka magbigay sila ng specific character, o magbigay sila ng specific situation sa mga sikat na works. So, ano yung tawag dito? At nakahinga sila from being very serious. So that is, yeah, comic relief. Okay? Yung climax, I did not include it. Okay? Alam niyo na naman yung climax. Oh, please. So dito tayo sa correct answer. That is the cliffhanger. So this is used to create suspense. Okay? Keep the audience engaged. So yung talagang masyasaka, gustong-gusto mong malaman ko ano yung kasunod, leaving them with a sense of anticipation and curiosity about what will happen next. So ano kaya yung lumabas na yung episode 2, episode 3, di ba? O minsan kapag tapos na yung entire film, o wala nang tulog, kahit na mag-review, uh, 4 a.m. na natulog kasi kahit isang episode lang, isang season yung tinapos. Oh my gosh. Recently lang, I have become hooked to sitcoms like The Big Bang Theory or Friends. I'm so happy kasi tapos na silang lahat. Okay? Wala ng cliffhanger. Every time I want the next episode, pwede ko na siyang tingnan. So that's really, yeah, an advantage for me. Hindi ka na mamamatay sa kaka-curious or sa pagiging curious. Now, let's do the exercise. What kind of character is Olaf in Frozen? Is it cliche, cliffhanger, climax, or comic relief? What kind of character is Olaf? I really trust na lahat tayo dito nakakita na ng Frozen. Nakalimutan ko what year lumabas yung Frozen. Basta ako, I've watched it so many times. We have kids at home at kahit siguro walang bata sa bahay, it's because my sisters, they have daughters, manunood pa rin kami. Because it's so good. It's so good. Gosh, yung Moana, Mama Coco, oh my gosh. I can rewatch it again and again. Kapag manonood tayo together, I can memorize the lines because I've been repeating it. So sa mga hindi, I think there's like, yeah, meron na talagang 5% of the population that, hindi talaga, yeah, not into those things. Olaf is a funny snowman. Mm. So yung nakakatuwa kasi kay Olaf, he's a snowman but gustong-gusto niya yung magpaaraw. And he is not aware na kapag maarawan siya, he will melt. And snowman nga siya, so he will die, diba? And so the characters will be like, who will tell him? So that is an example of, oh, di ba? Merong hindi kilala si Olaf. Oh, so yan na lang yung isipin nyo. After the board exam, ma'am, you should relax na manood ka ng Frozen. It's really nice. Really, you miss so much. Yeah, Frozen is really good. So anyway, si Olaf is a character na comic relief. Okay. Yung sa comic relief, yung palaging lumalabas is about sa Lord of the Rings. Yung palaging lumalabas sa mga drills, ng other lecturers or sa other sources. Yung sa Lord of the Rings na um they were kasi yung Lord of the Rings journey siya, 'di ba? Kung paano nila ma-destroy yung ring. And of course, they are filled with warriors and mga kalaban, ganon ganon. And then yung mga hobbits, they are a very magaan sila na creature, okay? They're not hindi sila pang warrior, but they're good people. Yeah, and yung comic relief doon is when they keep asking for their second breakfast. So of course, as warrior, I think isang beses ka lang kumain, solve ka na, 'di ba? Kasi sinanay mo yung katawan mo. But the hobbits always ask for the second breakfast. So that's an example of comic relief. Oh, you also watch Coco. That's nice. Okay, so Olaf is an example of a comic relief, okay? Every time pumasok si Olaf sa scene, you will know na nakakatuwa or funny or magaan yung scene. Comic relief. Next. Okay. Now, ito na yung example ko sa Alien. Alien question. I'm so sorry, guys. I love you. I'm doing this for you. Hindi ko kayo pinapahirapan. Tinitrain ko kayo, okay? You don't have to memorize every single thing. I just want to show you, I just want to let you feel what it's like kung hindi mo alam yung item. And I just want you to assess yourself, anong gagawin mo? Paano mo sasagutan kapag hindi mo alam? Okay? So, let's do it. I could use a good sleep. The word sleep originally has a function of a verb, but in this sentence, it is used as a noun. What is this phenomenon called? Is it anthemeria, anthropomorphism, antithesis, or antonomasia? Pasensya na sa aking pronunciation. As I said, alien yung vocabulary, so we don't use it often. Oh, my Harry Potter po ba? I think yung comic relief sa Harry Potter is with Fred and George Weasley. So if you have not watched Harry Potter, meron kasing twins doon. And they are really funny. Kapag pumasok yung twins, you'll know it's a funny. They are sarcastic. They don't fear anything. Yung yung terror kasi na mistress ng Hogwarts, nagpa-exam siya one time. So nagalit yung mga students. So anong ginawa ni Fred and George Weasley? Nagpa-fireworks display sila sa loob ng exam hall. So that's a comic relief. Everyone was so happy. So yeah, yan yun sa Harry Potter. Bloody hell. Absent yata ako. I know. I know. I think I've said this so many times, 'di ba? But yung hindi ko talaga malilimutan during my time is yung dictogloss. Until now, how many years na trauma pa rin ako sa dictogloss. Ano pa yun? Okay. So during my yung na-traumahan naman ng examinees ko na nag-lecture ko is yung polyptoton, paranomasia, yung mga words na yun na lumabas and they really didn't know. So let's practice. You have no idea. It's fine. So actually, that is, pero may nakakuha naman ng tamang sagot. Yeah. Very konti. So that's Antimeria. Ma'am, ano po sila? Again, don't memorize, okay? Now, na na-experience nyo yung question na hindi nyo alam, ano ba gagawin nyo? So try to learn that. Let's start with anthropomorphism. So, para to siyang personification. Pero they have a difference. So when non-human things or animals are given the characteristics or human characteristics or traits, okay? So again, kapag yung mga bagay or hayop, they are given human traits. That's what we call anthropomorphism. So for example, I haven't had this, pero naghanap lang ako ng example. So Charlotte's Web, the spider can talk and act like human. That is anthropomorphism. So, ma'am, how is it different with personification? Ah, di ba? So, na-anticipated ko na yung mga frequently asked questions. You're welcome. So, personification, you're giving human qualities, you're giving human characteristics, right? Sa mga bagay. So, for example, yung, ano yun? Nagalit yung panahon, di ba? So, kaya yung bagyo, so we say nagalit yung panahon. That's personification kasi nagalit. But yung anthropomorphism, non-human entities, animals, or objects are portrayed. So, merong more on the emotional side, more on the behavior, more on the traits. Nakakita na ba kayo ng, okay, let me give this example first. Okay. So, dito, sa personification, you will say, the wind whispered through the trees. So, bakit niya natin nasabing the wind whispered? Kasi, yung hangin, if we hear it, para naman talaga siya nagwi-whisper. Yung anthropomorphism, yung bagay, tsaka yung hayop, talagang ginagawang tao. So, the animals in the city can walk with two legs. The animals wear clothes. They have jobs. So, for example, yung sa Beauty and the Beast, di ba? Yung mga, yung mga kitchenware, yung mga kitchenware, 'di ba? They were dancing. Kasi yun yung mga servants ni Beast before and then they were cursed. So yung mga piano, they can talk, they can act like humans. So that's anthropomorphism. And I'm sure nakakita na kayo ng elementals. Um, kasi bago ko lang yan napanood at I'm really makalimutin. Elementals. So if you haven't seen, this is, yeah, a new film. At yung maganda dito is yung apoy, yung fire, na in love siya kay water. Tapos they have eyes, they have hands, kumain din sila, they have family. So, yan yung kaibahan ng personification tsaka anthropomorphism, okay? So, yun ding ano, 'di ba the ants, oh, 'di ba marami na yung cars. Yes, oh my gosh, guys, you're so smart. 'Di ba? Yung si SpongeBob, 'di ba? Yung sponge merong buhay. So that's how they're different. Talagang ginagawang tao yung anthropomorphism. Yung personification, you're just trying to personify kasi based sa observation mo. Nasa themes ng messenger. All right. Okay, so that's anthropomorphism. So at least man lang, kasi sabi nila don't memorize, familiarize. So pag ma-meet niyo yung anthropomorphism, ay familiar. Okay. Ano ba talaga yung totoo dyan? Familiarize or memorize? For me, guys, whatever works for you, maybe it does not work for other people. Or whatever works for other people, maybe it does not work for you. Okay? Meron akong friend na top-notcher siya, top 8, pero BE-Ed. She's really good at memorizing. At ako kahit na maisubo ko talaga, minsan nga nakakalimutan ko why I walk in the kitchen. At kung anong kailangan ko sa kusina at bakit ako nandun. I can never memorize. I can memorize mga movies, of course, kanta. Okay, kayang-kaya ko 'yan. Pero sa pag-aaral nahihirapan talaga ako, Jesus. So, what I do is I try to understand na lang and apply. So, familiarize or memorize, it really depends if what works for you. Kung magaling ka sa dalawa, then perfect. Okay? So there. Yeah, at least man lang na now you are ano. Actually, this is not only one item, okay? There will be several items na mapapractice talaga kayo sa mga difficult questions. Next is yung, okay, antithesis. So, a literary device that involves contrasting two opposing ideas or words in a sentence to create a balanced and impactful effect. So please do not be confused. Some of the literary devices, they differ yung talagang konting-konti lang. So, for example, yung paradox, juxtaposition, para rin silang antithesis, right? So example is yung to be or not to be. So yung antithesis lang, it's of same level na kinumpare, okay? They just use the conjunction or. So is it to be? Not to be, diba? So to create a balanced and impactful effect. Yun kasing juxtaposition, two contrasting ideas next to each other to show their differences. So for example, yung sobrang yaman, tapos tinabi sa sobrang hirap. So that's juxtaposition, okay? To show the difference. So yung movie na Parasite, sobrang daming juxtaposition doon. In fact, there is a fine line. 'Di ba kasi yung Parasite, hindi na naman yun na yan nakita, right? Merong super yaman na family, tapos meron ding family na nakatira sa underground. So, yeah, it's really different. So, of course, yung nakatira sa underground na mahirap na family, they are mabaho. Yung clothes nila paulit-ulit. So, compared sa super yaman naman na sobrang, yeah, high class yung kanilang hygiene. So, yeah, juxtaposition. But yung antithesis, balance lang yung tandaan nyo, okay? Balance and impact. Next is the antonomasia. Hindi ko pa nga siya natatawa na ako. You guys are so cute. So, oh yeah, she loves me. She loves me not. Yeah, that's antithesis. Next, antonomasia. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I stop kasi, my sister is sleeping and nagagambala ko siya. I love you very much. I'm sorry. Okay. So, antonomasia, a figure of speech where a descriptive phrase or epithet is used instead of a proper name. So, hindi ginagamit ng, okay, ano ba yung antonomasia ni Sir Melvin? 'Di ba? Sometimes you don't say Melvin Borracho. We just say the father of the Philippine let drills. And alam nyo na, yeah, si Sir Melvin yan. 'Di ba? So for example, kay Michael Jackson, that's the king of pop. The king of pop. So yung sa, for example, mga newspapers. So they don't say Michael Jackson reportedly blah 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 blah. So they say the king of pop. Hmm. will visit the Philippines. Diba? So that's antonomasia. Ah, there. So, okay. Same with pun. Yeah, it's fine. There. So that is yung pun, it's different. I think a pun is like humorous or something na sarcastic. So it's different, okay? So again, a figure of speech where a descriptive phrase is used instead na proper name. So ano pa ba yung mga sikat na ano? Yung sa NBA lang, sobrang dami kong alam. So, the Rose, the King, the Joker. So ganyan sa NBA, guys. They don't use the family name of the athlete. They don't use the full name of the athlete. They use their parang, yeah, descriptive phrase. So yung the King sa NBA, that's LeBron James. So ganon lang yon. Father of mnemonic daw si Sir Melvin. So the king of pop, yeah, pop star royalty. Primetime king and queen. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Yun na yun. Antonomasia, okay? Tapos dito naman tayo sa anthemeria. A word of one grammatical category, such as verb, is used as another grammatical category like a noun. So, andito, it's just how it's used, okay? Paano siya ginamit in the sentence. Meron kasi tayong conversion na talagang purposely yung noun ginagawang verb. But yung anthemeria, that's just how it's used, di ba? Like, I could use a good sleep. Wala kang binago. It's just that yung way sa paggamit mo is different. So, gift him with a new phone for Christmas. So, yung gift, yeah, dito, paano ba to ginamit? It's used as a verb, di ba? So, usually, now naman yung, I will give you a gift. But you will say, gift him a new phone. So, that's just how it's used. I could use a good sleep. So, yeah, it's used as a noun. Yeah. Maka Paano ba yan ayoko na i-translate, guys. Pagtatawanan niyo ako. So, yan yung correct answer natin, anthemeria, okay? And now let's move on to our application. So, let's apply. The Bard of Avon, as referring to William Shakespeare, is an example of anthemeria, anthropomorphism, antithesis, or antonomasia. Yes po, Ma'am Nix. So yung conversion, obviously talaga na talagang the word is changed entirely. Pinupuna ng ed. So yung bottle, naging bottled. 'Di ba? So the Bard of Avon. So ano ulit yung anthemeria? It's, yeah, using a noun as a verb or using a verb as a noun. You know, using a word na kahit na hindi naman yan yung function niya. So, anthropomorphism, ginagawang tao. Mm. Can you imagine? Minsan nalilito na tayo sa board exam. Ako, I'm like that. My things, kinakausap ko sila as a kid. So, I treat them na meron silang buhay and that they love me. Oh, I'm just crazy. Okay. So, our correct answer is, that's right, letter D. The Bard of Avon. So, of course, yung mga, for example, yung mga pen names, di ba? So, can be antonomasia. So, baka isagot doon, sino yung Bard of Avon? Sobrang dami niyan. Or, who is the Indian Shakespeare? So, that's an example of antonomasia. Now, let's have another difficult item. Don't worry, hindi lahat dito is ganito, okay? I did this on purpose. Para for now, ma-practice kayo what it's like kapag mahirap yung item. Now, in William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Juliet raised a rhetorical question. What in a name that which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? This kind of question is called, is it aporia, aposiopesis, I really tried, archaism, or assonance? What in a name? So, alin kaya dito sa options yung parang merong rhetorical? I'm sure you have already heard assonance, di ba? Or maybe, yeah, yung archaic terms. So letter C. Maybe naging familiar na rin kayo. So what's hard if hindi? So the difference is when you are in the actual board exam, you don't have a choice. Okay? And I really want you to reflect on that. So for example, yung itanong doon is hindi nyo talaga alam. Ayun, ay, hindi naman tayo magwawala, di ba? Or of course, you cannot curse. So you really have to keep your cool and still try your most, intelligent character. So ano yung gagawin nyo? You should reflect on that. Ako, during my time, I had this entire book. Sa sister ko kasi yon, in which all of the items is about sentence arrangement. At lahat sila ay sobrang mahihirap na terms. It's 1,000 questions. At believe me or not, nasagot ko yung lahat. At yung scores ko palaging low. But really na-practice ako. So when I took the major in English at tiningnan ko yung items tapos mahirap siya, naging confident ako konti. Kasi okay lang. Okay lang. Sanay ako sa mahihirap na questions. Okay? I can do something about it. There will be questions na hindi mo alam. So yan lang yung isa talaga na I really want you to learn on your own kung anong gagawin nyo. Okay? C for Christ. All right. So, let's have it. Ito is, okay. So, a figure of speech where a sentence is left unfinished, okay, or cut off. So, yung reason ito is aposiopesis. I don't want to read it kasi ang pangit kong pakinggan. So, it's stopped abruptly for a dramatic effect. 'Di ba? So, siyempre as teacher, sanay na sanay tayo palagi natin 'tong ginagawa, 'di ba? Kapag yung mga estudyante natin, they are in chaos, na may naglalaro, may nag-aaway, may nagchichikahan, may nagtatawanan, may kumakain while you're having your class. And as a teacher, you're like, "Pag hindi kayo tumigil," and then titigil yung lahat ng student. So, wala kang sinabi na karugtong, but you left a dramatic effect or you're conveying a very strong emotion na talagang galit na galit ka na kapag hindi kayo titigil. And that's called apostropesis. Okay? You're welcome. Or sometimes, di ba, like our parents as kids before, sige, kapag hindi ka matulog, tapos tulog tayo agad, right? Because we are so scared. So, not completing it para or for a very strong, okay, you're trying to convey a very strong emotion. So that is, yan yung tawag dyan, okay? All right. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry guys. Nawala ang aking PowerPoint. Okay. Ay na, next na siya sa art. Okay. Mm. Wait. Nasaan ba yung StreamYard? All right. So, let's proceed. Ako pala to sa mga anak ko. So, meron palang tawag yung ganyan. Right. So, sometimes you don't really, in the middle of the sentence, you stop para iparating yung mensahe na galit na ako. Okay. Next, kapag kapag archaic terms, this one we met this one, of course. So refers to the use of old-fashioned or outdated words, phrases or expressions that are no longer in common use. So for example, yung mga though, the instead of you. Where art thou? Nasan ka? Instead of you. I remember before, I have this super idol sa school namin, tapos hinanap niya ako, and she was like, Jenny, where art thou? And I was really shocked. So that's an example of archaism, okay, or using an archaic term. So if you have seen the Games of Thrones, or if you have read it, sobrang dami doong mga old-fashioned. So yung, di ba ngayon is Miss or Mister or Sir na lang yung term natin. But before, it's my lord, my lady. So that's an example of archaism, okay? Okay, for of course yung assonance. Finally, you have Meron din tayong isa na alam natin. The repetition of vowel sounds within words or phrases. Okay? So, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. So, yung rain, Spain, main, plain. A. So, repetition of vowel sounds. Okay? So, typically used for artistic or rhythmic effect. So, that is called assonance. All right. And finally, okay, so yun na yung correct answer natin. So yung kapag rhetorical question, yung sa tinanong ni Juliet, na what in the name? Okay, will you call? Guys, I'm about to sneeze. Pagbigyan niyo ako, okay? A rhetorical device. Okay, where is the Vicks? I'm so sorry naman. So, a rhetorical device where the speaker expresses uncertainty or doubt in a particular topic. So, that's why they are asking questions. So, that's aporia. So, I am at no loss for information about you and your family, but I am at a loss where to begin. So, yung I am at a loss where to begin. So, that specifies being uncertain. Okay? Yung nag-express siya ng uncertainty. So, the speaker can say something or ask a question. So, yun yung nangyari kay Juliet. Okay. Do we call a rose to the same name that would smell as sweet? So, that's a rhetorical question. Kapag rhetorical, aporia. Okay? Don't worry, we will try to drill the others. So kapag, oy, naka-correct. Good job. So aporia, it's doubt. That's right. Now let's have this one. The cat sat on the mat. What is evident in this sentence? Is it aporia, apostropesis, archaism, or assonance? At. The cat sat on the mat. So, apostropesis, ano siya na relatable. Kapag hindi kayo nagsulat. Mm. Sometimes before, yung teacher namin, pinapanood, tinitingnan pa lang kami, takot na kami. Pero ngayon, iba yung kids, di ba? Iba na yung mga bata. They don't, hindi naman lahat, but there's a really huge difference during our time and then sa ngayon. So before we really meet our teachers, we offer them na kami yung magdadala sa things nila, nagmamano kami, or tayo. But now, nako, it's really different. Yung teacher ko rin kasi, she was so scary in elementary. San kanyan, ibibitay daw niya yung parents namin if we don't listen. So talaga makikinig ka. But anyway, correct answer is all right. So tama naman. Good job, assonance. So assonance is, yeah, pretty common naman. So the cat sat mat. So repetition of the vowel sounds, okay? So yung pain, Spain, plain, rain. So kapag same vowel sounds, kahit na hindi naman sila rhyme with the consonants, but with the vowels, so that's assonance, okay? Let's proceed. All right. Wala na pala akong drill dyan. Okay, so again, let's try to ano. Aporia, okay, expresses doubt or uncertainty. Kapag apostropesis, you are trying to stop the sentence midway to convey that you are, yeah, undergoing a very extreme emotion, such as anger, for example. And yung archaism naman is the use of archaic terms. Okay? So yung mga my lord, my lady, see you on the morrow, where art thou? Yeah, the old terms. That's it. Now let's proceed. So, what kind of affix, I think, lumabas ito, is present in the word misunderstanding? What kind of affix is present in the word misunderstanding? Is it infix, circumfix, prefix, or suffix? Do comment your answers. Yeah, iba na yung mga kids ngayon, matatapang na. I think it's also the influence of social media. So dati, if we fail, yung meron tayong failing grade, our parents would confront us, 'di ba? Bakit ano ba ginawa mo doon? Hindi ka nag-aral. Ngayon, If the student will fail, the parents confront the teachers. Ma'am, bakit ganito lang yung anak ko, 'di ba? Magaling naman siya. Siya, nag-aaral, siya. But I really believe that discipline starts at home. So however the student is acting, that's how they are at home then. So there. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Wala rin ako sa field to say that. It's just based on my observation. Meron din kasing very viral video recently na I think that's sa Cebu yun, na yung teacher is nagpunish siya sa student niya. So the teacher was really bashed, bad teacher, kuna ng lisensya or something. Tapos yun pala, yung student is sumasagot at hindi pumasok sa exam kasi gumala. Tapos when confronted by the teacher is sumasagot-sagot na sobrang tapang. Kahit naman ako, 'di ba, magagalit ka talaga. But anyway, what's the answer? Okay, some are answering A, B, or C. So if you can see, yung root word natin dito is understand. 'Di ba? Understand yung root word. But we have miss and we also have ing. So circumfix yan, okay? It's before and after the word. Before and after the word. So kapag prefix, it's in front of the base word, right? Pre. So that's unkind. Rewrite the stars. So yung on, yung re, they are what we call the prefix. Kapag suffix naman, yun yung sa hulihan. So slowly, fearless. I know this might be easy for some of you, but I really include this kasi I've noticed na palaging merong affixes na questions. So, prefix sa unahan, suffix sa hulihan. And then let's proceed. Yung circumfix naman, it has two parts. So, yun yung correct answer natin. One is placed at the start of a word and another naman at the end. So, yung miss, understand, ing, misunderstanding. Another example is yung imprisonment. So, yung prison lang talaga yung root word. Ano ba yung another term ng root word? It's the free morpheme. Okay. Mamaya i-discuss ko ulit yung morpheme. Wag mo nang insert. See, I am really talkative. I'm sorry, you guys. So, dito yung imprisonment. So, nandyan sa unahan, nandyan din sa hulihan, sagot nyo doon ay circumfix, okay? Oh, kabilaan. Yung ibig sabihin nila, unbelievable. Oh my gosh, super smart. At ito naman, we have another one. It's called infix. This one is, hindi ko siya masyadong nakikita sa English. So, I think this is called gitlapi, right? So, gitlapi in Filipino. Pagpasensyahan nyo na. But wala siya masyado sa English. It's because the English words, they are not, hindi applicable na hinahati mo siya. Unlike the Filipino language, for example, yung root word ay kain. 'Di ba? Tapos, if you're in the process or present tense ng kain is kumain. So, nagdagdag ka ng UM sa gitna. Hinati mo yung kain, nagdagdag ka ng UM, kumain. So that's an example of infix, in the middle. However, I've never heard it in English aside sa mga ganito, yung mga mothers-in-law, yung mga dash-dash. Pero yung talagang actual word na hinati in English, I have never heard. And also, as I researched, hindi siya applicable talaga in English. Meron in Filipino or in other languages, yung Indonesian, but never talaga sa English. Except sa mga ganito, yung mothers-in-law. Ano pa ba? Yeah, yung merong mga dash. So that is, okay, infix. So again, kapag it's in the first part and the last part, circumfix. Okay? All right. Andito na naman tayo sa morpheme. Okay, this is also another board exam question. Which morpheme can you attach to a verb to make it a noun? Which morpheme can you attach to a verb to make it a noun? Is it meant, OUS, under, or ness? So kapag mga ganito, tawag natin dito ay bound morpheme, okay? So bound morpheme itong mga to, they cannot stand on their own. Hindi same sa free morpheme. Sa free morpheme kasi root word siya, so it can stand on your own. So for example, the word dog, kahit na dog lang yan, you know what that is. Pero sa bound morpheme, for example, yung meant, 'di ba? Anong meant? It doesn't mean anything. Okay, some are answering A, some are answering D. So, yeah, that's correct. To make it a noun, you add meant. So examples natin ay arrangement, development, assess, assessment. Okay? There. The others naman, actually there will be instances that you can use it to make a verb a noun. Pero yung pinaka mabigat talaga is yung meant. All right, that's letter A. Oh yeah, announcement. Correct. Next. Hindi pa nga nagsimula, natatawa na ako dito. Which of the following shows lexical ambiguity? Which of the following shows lexical ambiguity? Letter A, there are fishermen near the bank. Letter B, she smiled at the camera. Letter C, the food is on the plate. Or letter D, the cat chased the mouse. Which of the following shows lexical ambiguity? So yung lexical ambiguity, I've also noticed it maraming nagko-complain about this because they're not so familiar and palagi siyang lumalabas. Okay, so I know marami ang nagko-comments but marami din yung silent viewers. So I would say na before, I was the silent viewer. And then mabasa lang ako sa comments and then nagkikinig ako sa lecturer. And then I try to search on my own kasi sometimes, yeah, hindi tayo familiar. But you're right, most of the comments are correct. So it's letter A. So bakit siya naging lexical ambiguity? It's the word bank. So the fishermen are near the bank. Is it river bank or yung bank na bangko? You know, Metro Bank, China Bank, BPI. Okay. So saan dyan bahagi na, yeah, naging malapit or saan naging malapit yung fisherman? So, if we say ambiguous, it's confusing or vague. Okay? Kaya lexical ambiguity. It has something to do with the words. Now, the word can have several meanings and then nalilito ka. So that's, yeah, letter A. We have another one. Oh, wala pala yung, okay. Wala akong question for the other one. But anyway, so when a word has more than one meaning, causing it to be understood differently. So that's lexical ambiguity. Now, meron naman siyang partner. It's called the or the examples pa pala. So I played with bats. I played with bats. Is it bat na, yung bat or bat na, yeah, for sports. She is looking for a match. So is it match na posporo or gumamit ba siya ng online dating application at naghahanap siya doon ng ka-match niya? So it's yeah, ambiguous. I saw her duck. So is it duck na yung animal or duck na yumuko siya? So yeah, some example na lexical ambiguity, okay? And of course, finally, nandito na tayo sa tinatawag nating syntactic ambiguity or structural ambiguity. So when a sentence, I'm about to sneeze. Uh, okay. So when a sentence can be interpreted in two or more ways due to the structure of the sentence. So kapag syntactic ambiguity naman, it's the sentence entirely. Okay? Depende na siya sa pag-construct ng sentence. So it has something to do with the grammar. But yung lexical ambiguity, it's just the word. But dito, it's already the structure. Okay. So for example, call me a taxi. So paano yung naging syntactic ambiguity, ma'am? Puwede naman na, okay, you hail me a taxi, okay, pumara ka ng taxi para sa'kin or, "Hoy, hoy taxi, kumusta ka na taxi?" 'Di ba? So it could be understood more than one. Call me a taxi. Tatawagin ba kitang taxi or tatawagan kita ng taxi? Another thing is the chicken is ready to eat. The chicken is ready to eat. So, is it ba handa ng puwede ng kainin yung manok or puwede ng kumain yung manok? So there. Okay, so that's an example of syntactic. And I included here some memes that are an example. So dito, in this situation, para itong comic relief sa ating lecture. Can I take a picture? Sure. Thanks. So is this syntactic or lexical? Based on your understanding. Is this syntactic or lexical ambiguity? Does it have to do something with the word alone or the creation of sentence? Nakuha pa naman si yung Starry Night ni Vincent Van Gogh. Okay, thank you. I can take a picture. So this is an example of syntactic. Okay, you're right. Yung susunod na picture talaga, yeah, I died laughing. That's correct. So it's syntactic. Next one. Natatawa na ako. I'm so sorry. So, pa-edit po sana yung may barko sa likod ko. So, is this an example of lexical or syntactic? Wala namang mali sa ginawa, 'di ba? Nilagyan naman ng barko yung likod niya. Okay. So, that is an example of this is already lexical. So, saang likod ba? Okay. Dun sa view mo sa likod or sa iyong likuran mo sa yeah, so yan yung ginawa sa kanya. So, sometimes if we are not, yeah, if we are not claro, hindi nat if we're not clear about our intention is yeah, will be misunderstood easily. So that's because of either syntactic ambiguity or lexical ambiguity, okay? So yung may barko sana sa likod ko, hindi naman mali yung ginawa. Nilagyan ng barko yung likod niya. 'Di ba? Yan yung sinabi mo eh. So that's an example of lexical, okay? All right, sige, tapos na yung advertisement. Now let's come back to the real thing. What best describes the gerund in the sentence? Jenny enjoys reading. Gerund in the sentence. Jenny enjoys reading. Does it function as an appositive, a direct object, a subject complement, or object of the preposition? So comment your answers. Okay, what was that question? All right. So for the questions, I can entertain some of it later. But yes, pwedeng sulatan yung questionnaire. So don't be afraid to write on your questionnaires kasi binayaran nyo yan. Just be very careful with your answer sheet. Yung answer sheet nyo, dyan kayo magsi-shade. Okay? So I know it's a little thing, but your answer sheet, the condition of your answer sheet will also decide if you become an LPT or not. Okay? I have this lecturer examining kasi nag-story siya sa akin like, Ma'am Jenny, I really uh, s- ano yan? Ano yung gamay ba? Konti lang yung scores niya sa major. Kasi while she was answering, yung answer sheet niya lumipad sa labas. Yes, wag po tayong tatanga-tanga, okay? Lumipad sa labas yung answer sheet niya. At anong nasa labas? You have dust, mga dumi, or anything. So she really, kasi matalino siya. So at malalaki yung scores niya sa Prof. Ed and Gen Ed. That's why she was really convinced na she failed the majorship. It's because of that. So your answer sheet will also decide. The condition of your answer sheet will decide as well if you pass it or fail it. So be very careful, okay? Be careful kung gaano ka light or gaano ka dark. Yung iba sabi nila light lang, yung iba sabi nila it should be dark daw para klaro. I would say yung sa akin sakto lang. That's how I did it on my end. Yung hindi masyadong naging black na yung parang, masa-scratch na yung answer sheet nyo, kaka-shade nyo. Too much. For me, anything, too much of anything is not good. So, saktohan nyo lang, okay? Just wag kayong lumagpas. So, since ano yan rectangle. So, unahin yung i-draw yung rectangle and then you shade nyo sa gitna. Make sure you are shading on the correct number. Baka yung sagot nyo sa number 2, doon niya ma-shade sa number 1. So, mahirap yon. Okay? Tapos mag-erase ka na naman. So, that's why. Yeah. But pwedeng sulatan yung questionnaire. Just the answer sheet. Be careful. But anyway, you're correct. Dito, yung reading, it's a direct object. So, direct object siya from the verb enjoys. Jenny enjoys reading. So, dito, yung reading, it functions as a noun. Okay? So, directly receives the action of the verb. For example, Jenny cuts her hair. So, yung hair dito, yung direct object. Ano yung pinutol ni Jenny? Yung hair. Ano yung na-enjoy ni Jenny? Yung reading. So, receives the action of the verb. Next, a positive um, is a noun or noun phrase, okay, that renames or explains another noun next to it. So, for example, pwedeng isang noun lang or it could be a noun phrase. My friend is very funny. Pero since gusto mong i-explain yung friend, dinagdagan mo ng description. My friend, Jenny, is very funny. So Jenny, there is the appositive, okay? Yung inside the comma. But yeah, you're familiar with that already. Next, subject complement. So a word or group of words that completes the meaning of the object. So, meaning of the subject. So dito, yung subject is she. Tapos nag-complement yung a teacher. She is, sino siya? A teacher. So kapag complement, it means nag-complete siya. Something, okay? Okay, and finally, object of the preposition. So, yung noun or pronoun kasunod ng preposition. So, yung fence dito, it's object of the preposition, okay? Under the fence. But I will not dwell on this for so long or hindi na yung super extensive na discussion, but lumabas yung, mga object, preposition. Of course, nandun sa TOS yung structure of English. So, yeah, they will assess kung gaano kagaling tayo sa grammar. All right, so please comment your answers. Martha ate lunch at Chili's, her favorite restaurant on the weekends. Is this a positive, direct object, subject complement, or object of the preposition? So maraming nagtanong sa shading, paano ko ba, di ba, ano yung tawag doon? Scantron paper, di ba? So I'm sure if you are, meron kayong review center o makaka-search naman kayo online ng Scantron. So ako, every time meron akong Scantron, I don't use it to answer. I use it to practice. So if you can see, ito yung Lorimar book ko. Oh, ang liwanag naman ng buhay. So there are a lot of, you know, pinapractice ko yung sarili ko. Hindi ko siya ginagamit pang sagot. Ginagamit ko siya pang practice shading. So nasi-shade ko lahat yung A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. So every day, isa-isang nagsi-shade ako practice. Hindi ko siya, that's what I did before. So, hindi ko siya ginagamit to answer. Kasi sayang naman yung ibang, letters. So, talagang yung A, yung B, shinade ko lahat para masanay ako how light, how dark it is. Yeah. So, if you can see, puno yung shading ko. So, that's how I practiced. So, at least, yeah, shading every day. Kaya nga, nung nag-post ako sa Exams Jenny, sinabi ko doon na Answering is a skill that you can learn. So yung board exam covered niya lahat, lalo na yung technicals. Okay? So be very careful. It's not enough na matalino ka. It's an advantage, okay? But it's also good na you have presence of mind. So read the instructions, listen to your proctor, do not chit-chat. Huwag na kayo makichikahan kasi yung energy, yung dugo sa utak nyo is okay, mafo-focus sa iba. Just focus on finding the correct answer. Yan lang yung goal mo for that day. Hindi yung makipag-marites. Okay? Alright. So dito, her favorite restaurant on the weekends. So that is on a positive. It further explains. Yeah. Oh, pwede naman pala on the weekends. Okay. But really, Martha ate lunch at Chili's. So that's already a sentence. Pero since gusto niya pang i-describe yung Chili's na restaurant, in-include nila your favorite restaurant on the weekends. A positive. So again, major in English examinees or LPTs, yung sa loob ng comma, it's in a positive, okay? Next, let's proceed. I am going to the store. The word store here is what? Is it a positive, direct object, subject complement, or object of the preposition? So comment your answers. Pero I'm really hoping na ready na yung, okay, like everything that you have is ready na kayo, okay? Hala, sorry guys, nasagot, ay hindi pala. So for example, yung isusuot nyo. So ako, at least 2 weeks before, ready na yung bag ko, yung pencils ko. Kahit 2 weeks before pa, na-sharpen ko na yung pencils ko, guys. Yeah. I don't want to sharpen on the actual day. Kasi kapag mag-sharpen ka, madudumihan yung kamay mo, 'di ba? And pwede siyang maano yan? Pwede mapunta sa answer sheet mo. You should have very clean hands. If sweaty ka, you should bring towels. So kasi yung sister ko, she is paranoid. So lahat ng gamot pinadala niya sa akin. Yung para LBM, para sakit sa ulo. Para ako mag-Girl Scout, I brought Gatorade, water, coffee, just in case antukin ka. Pero wag mo ilaklak yung coffee. Just the moment na antukin ka, then you drink a little bit. Okay? Also, Gatorade yung dinala ko. I drink water a lot. And tendency is I pee a lot. And distracting siya kapag nag-i-exam ka tapos palagi ka pumupunta sa toilet. So what I did is, yeah, bumili ako ng Gatorade. Tapos konti-konti lang. Just to quench my thirst. Sabi ng mga vloggers, quench my thirst. But hindi talaga yung umiinom ka na para kang nagta-triathlon. Okay? Alright, the correct answer is, I was going to the store. The word store is, ano nangyari? Okay, object of the preposition. So, preposition to. Okay, so yung under the fence, to the store. So, pagkatapos ng preposition, yung noun na nakasunod, that is object of the preposition. Next. Okay. Which of the following does not fit into the category of determiners? Is it articles, possessives, prepositions, or demonstratives? Which of the following does not fit into the category of determiners? Pinaka-importante when you're taking reading comprehension at yung listening skills nyo rin. So, sobrang dami sa items. Which of the following is least? Which of the following do not? Which of the following is not? So, if you don't pay attention at sagot ka lang ng sagot, yeah, malulugi ka talaga. So, sometimes examinees fail not because they are stupid, but because they are tanga or they are overconfident. So, don't be that, okay? Dapat talaga 100% presence of mind. And another thing na need mong kalabanin is yung pagiging yung mapapagod yung utak mo. Kasi you will just be answering, 'di ba? Hindi ka naman mag-e-exercise. If you exercise tapos matulog ka, you'll be okay again. But that time, there is no rest. Pagkatapos ng Gen Ed, lunch, Prof Ed, major. There is no rest. Palaging for long hours, paulit-ulit na puma-function, gumagana yung utak mo. And sometimes napapagod din yan. Kaya nga, I really advocate to practice answering, to enjoy reading, yung paano na magbasa ka na hindi ka antukin. Ever wondered bakit yung pares ng book is always kape? It's because while reading, you get sleepy. Kaya you sip-sip, hindi ka naantukin. Mm. So anyway, alin dito? Yung hindi, oh, determiners. Some are still answering incorrectly. It's prepositions po, okay? So yung determiners, they come before a noun. It's either they introduce the noun, they provide additional information, so that they determine the noun ba. So, about gaano kadami yung isang bagay, gaano kalapit, gaano kalayo, they, yan yung function ng determiners, okay? So, for example, ng determiners are yung mga articles, okay? Yung mga possessive, my house, your car, this car, that car, some car, mm, okay, many cars, the car, a car. So if you don't get like the gist of it, isipin niyo na lang kasi yung preposition kailangan pa ng okay. Yung preposition kailangan pa ng like yeah, article, right? And under the tree. So of course it's not included, okay? It comes right before the noun directly. So yung determiners are articles, possessives, demonstratives, and quantifiers, okay? It gives additional information about the noun. Aray, tanga. Yeah, it's true. It's really true. Okay, now let's proceed to this one. The underlined verbs in the following sentences are classified as. So here, the time is now. The world became flesh. We remain silent. Is it intransitive, reflexive, transitive, or ascriptive? So try to comment which of the following. So yeah, don't be, wag tatanga-tanga, okay? At wag magchika-chika. Kasi kung saan mo ilalagay yung energy mo, doon din yung focus ng katawan mo. So just focus on getting the correct answer, okay? It depends kung anong magwo-work sa'yo. If you want to study a day before a board exam or during the board exam, kami while we were lining up to the entrance, yung mga matatalino kong classmates, yung mga with Latin honors ba, they were doing a drill. Who is William Shakespeare? Who is the who is the and I was really shocked. Really? Ginagawa pa nila yan? I did in my case, yeah, I didn't want to do that. Mas lalo kasi ako ma-pressure eh. Ma-frustrate lang yung utak ko. And I don't need that. It's the actual day na. 'Di ba? Wala nang atrasan. So I just really prayed. And gusto ko may, peace of mind ako when answering para walang ibang distractions. Okay. So who remembers, hindi ko na in-include yung transitive tsaka intransitive verb because, they are, yeah, I've included it so many times in my other lecture. So kapag transitive verb, merong direct object. Okay? So for example, kapag sabihin ko, Jenny ate her breakfast. So yung ate dyan, that's the transitive verb. Kasi meron naman siyang direct object na breakfast. Right? So that's transitive. Yung intransitive naman, walang direct object. So if you just say, the dog barks. Yan lang, tumatahol yung aso. If you say, the sun rises, Jenny runs. So yung mga runs, barks, they are intransitive kasi walang direct object. Now, let's focus on reflexive and ascriptive, okay? Actually, yung correct answer natin, you're correct. That will be letter D, ascriptive. So ano ba yung ascriptive? Muna tayo sa reflexive. So a verb whose direct object is same as its subject. So I think yung reflexive, it's understandable, di ba? Reflexive pronoun, reflexive verb, it's self-explanatory. Kung ano yung object niya, babalik din siya sa subject niya. It reflects back. So it's subject. I wash myself. Hmm? So, yung wash dyan, is the reflexive verb, okay? He, ano pa ba? He teaches himself how to, answer for the board exam. So, reflexive. Direct object, same as its subject. Now, let's proceed to the correct answer, yung ascriptive. Ascriptive, just think of this way. Kapag pwede mong palitan ng is or are, that's ascriptive. Again, kapag pwede mong palitan ng is or are, that's ascriptive, okay? Jenny looks happy. Pwede mong sabihin, Jenny is happy. So, yung ascriptive, it's a be verb, okay? So, let's try nga. Balik tayo sa example sentence. The time is now. The world is flesh. We are silent. So, the be verb. Kapag pwede mong palitan ng is or are, that is ascriptive. So, answer is letter D. The world is flesh. We are silent. Okay? So, yeah, we're klaro naman tayo sa mga verb. All right, let's proceed. Which syntactic structure is shown in the following examples? Responsible officers, trusted friend. Is it prediction, complementation, modification, or coordination? Which syntactic structure is shown in the following examples? Comment your answers. Okay. But guys, are you excited? Are you excited? Malapit na siya, di ba? I know some of you prepared for months and some even years. Yung iba kasi dinidelay yung talagang purposeful na pag-delay nila sa board exams nila. It's because they want to prepare themselves. A lot are actually messaging me, lalo na yung mga gusto mag-top. Like, Ma'am Jenny, hindi mo na ako mag-take ngayon. I really want to top. So, this and that. And you should be excited, guys. Kasi para siyang, it's a mission accomplished after the board exam. And you'll feel more proud kapag nagawa mo na yung best mo. So parang, okay, it's one thing off your list. You're, pwede ka nang, hindi ka na mag-aaral, hindi ka na magla-lecture, hindi ka na mag-effort pagkatapos na, di ba? So that's one thing you should look forward to. When I was taking or when I was reviewing, it took so much of my time. Like yung iniisip ko palagi lang board exam, board exam, board exam, papasa ako, papasa ako, papasa ako. So every time meron akong break time, nagigilty ako kapag manonood ako ng movie. Nagigilty ako if I entertain myself. Nagigilty ako if I'm taking a break. Kasi I feel like dapat sana nagre-review ako. So after the board exam, it's one thing off your list. Yeah. Excited na may halong ka ba? Yeah, that's good. Unit earner. Oy, my sister is a unit earner at one take lang siya. Yeah. Wala talaga nagagaranti na makakapagpasa sa'yo. It's not your review center, it's not your Latin honor, or it's not na ganyan ka, ganyan ka. I know yung mga cum laude na who failed on their first try. Yung maganda lang dyan sa those who have Latin honors, malaki yung advantage nyo. Kasi alam nyo na kung paano mag-aral. Yeah. Like my classmates, they were so keen on studying kasi sanay sila mag-aral. While ako, honestly, hindi ako academic person. I'm more on the funny side. I just want to live. So, and I also want to teach, of course. Pero hindi talaga ako yung tipo na nagsa-study. So, when I was reviewing, nahihirapan talaga ako. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you should be excited. You know, it will be one thing off your list soon. Correct answer natin is correct. Maraming sumagot ng letter C. It's modification. So, let's discuss the distractors first. If you say complementation, it refers to the completion, okay, or fulfillment ng purpose ng verb, adjective, or a noun. Okay? Anyway, I have an example of this later na ma-discuss natin. Basta, it completion is it completes the meaning of the verb, adjective, or noun. If you say coordination naman, it's with the use of coordinating conjunctions. So ano ba yung coordinating conjunctions? The fanboys, right? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys. So coordination, it involves joining words. So Jenny and her friend. Phrases, clauses of equal grammatical rank to express a relationship between them. Basta isipin nyo na lang yung coordination, it has the use of coordinating conjunction or fanboys. Next, modification is the correct answer. It involves altering or providing additional information to specify its meaning. Okay? So minomodify mo. You're either changing a little thing or providing additional information. So kaya nga doon, 'di ba, responsible officers. So pwede naman na officer lang. But no, you modified it. They are responsible officers. Pwede naman na friend lang yung word. But no, not just a friend, a trusted friend. A good teacher. Okay, a clear explanation. So further and specify its meaning within a sentence. Modification, okay? So kaya nga, really pay attention to the details. Kapag nahirapan ka, check the root word ng tanong. Modification. Really, siguro about modify to. Mhm. So let's have, all right, and example. Which syntactic structure is demonstrated in the following sentence? Ito medyo tricky ito. Is it prediction, complementation, modification, or coordination? Ma'am, sana po kayo? Nandito pa rin po ako. All right. So, please comment. Let's try to ano. Oh, may nakasagot ng correct answer. Oh my gosh. Guys, ang talino nyo, ha? Okay, there. So, normal ang kabahan. Okay. Ah, yan din yung isa sa ano yun? Superstitious, yung paniniwala ba? Same nung ano, wag mong putulin yung buhok mo, tsaka yung magsuot ka ng pula. So, so um, ano daw, if kinakabahan ka daw, you have higher chances of making it. I don't know. Basta ako during my time talagang kinabahan ako. Siyempre, ang mahal kaya ng review center. I paid like 10,000. Tapos na-postpone pa ng 2 years, you know. Ang mahal na kaya na nagastos natin. So, kakabahan ka talaga kung papasa ka or hindi. They say if you don't feel anything, maybe it's not yet your time. So, that's how, yung most na hindi pumasa on their first try, like my friend, she failed her first try because she felt nothing. She was sleepy, para bang she doesn't want to be there. Kasi kapag kinakabahan ka, it means it's important to you, 'di ba? So nag-e-effort ka for that. Yeah, there. All right, but really it depends. Again, hindi yan guarantee, walang guarantee. Naku, sabi ni Ma'am Jenny kapag kakabahan ka daw, kabang-kaba talaga ako. Siguro papasa na ako. It's also good to manifest, of course. But yeah, that's what they're saying. Anyway, you're right. That is, yeah, letter B, complementation. So it completes, okay, the meaning. He considers who? Her. So sino naman si her? A friend. So complementation. Now let's proceed with the illocutionary acts. What category of illocutionary act is demonstrated in the following example? The recession will worsen in Europe in the next 5 years. Is it representative, commissive, directive, or expressive? Ano kaya panlaban sa antok? Unahin mo yung pagsisisi. Is my answer. So every time inaantok ka, imagine you already failed the exam. Tapos you were given a chance to time travel and correct your action. What will you do? So ngayon, imagine yung lahat. You failed the exam. Tapos babalik kayo from March or from, kailan yung result? May. From May to March 3. And you were reviewing. What will you do differently? So yan yung panlaban ko sa antok. Yan yung panlaban ko sa kaba. You know, I'm also a host. Okay, I host events, Christmas parties, weddings, birthdays. And believe me or not, kinakabahan talaga ako. What I do is inuuna ko yung pagsisisi ko. So I imagine, okay, what if naging pangit yung performance ko kasi kabang-kaba ako? 'Di ba? And then when I actually there, I do better. I don't care about tao lang naman din sila. So ba't ako mahihiya, 'di ba? Same with the exam. Every time nagaganyan ako, okay, nag-time travel ako. Paano if I failed? Okay, mag-aaral na ako. So imagine niyo wala yung pangalan niyo. 'Di ba magiging ganyan kayo? Hindi pwede. Malaki na yung na-invest ko sa time, energy, tapos aantok-antok ka lang. Wag naman. Please. Nag-effort na kayo, gawin niyo na lang 100%. May 'di ba? Nandiyan na kayo, gawin niyo na lang ng 100%. Wag antok-antok. Okay, correct. So this is, some are still answering incorrectly. It's representative. Okay, letter A is our correct answer. So if you say representative, it involves conveying information. Okay, it's making statements or providing descriptions. So representative illocutionary acts, the illocutionary act is a representation lang siya. It's just sending a message. So sending a message, it's representative, okay? So conveying information, making statements, or providing descriptions. Okay, next. So kapag commissive naman, it's about commitments, 'di ba? Commissive, commit. So involve committing the speaker to a course of action or expressing intention to perform. So commissive, it's like a promise. Okay? Hello sa mga takot sa commitments. Okay. Of course, kapag directive, okay. So you are trying to ask something to the listener. So attempting to get the hearer to do something. You are directing the other person to do something. Parang inuutusan mo ba? And of course, kapag expressive naman, involves expressing the speaker's attitudes, emotions, feelings, or psychological state. So expressive, nag-express. Directive, you're directing. Okay? Commissive, it's about, yeah, committing, promising. And of course, representative, it's, yeah, sending a message. Next, let us try to practice. Practice, practice lang talaga. The best teacher is experience. So after learning it, gawin natin kaagad. What category of illocutionary act is demonstrated in the following examples? Our thoughts and prayers go to the victims of the flood. Is it representative, commissive, directive, or expressive? Our thoughts and prayers go to the victims of the flood. What is this? Hello. We asked, ako no, since I really wanted to pass, and I know all of you here also really want to pass. So I really did everything. kahit na since hindi lang sa pag-aaral na side, actually, yeah, yung nagamit ko sa pag-aaral is just the skill practice eh. Hindi ko talaga napag-aralan yung actual items. But I did my part on that. I also followed some superstitious. So, but I did cut my hair. Pero I wore red. Yung bra ko tsaka panty ko, it's really red. Yung iba nga, mukhang meron ng altar sa desk nila eh. Like, nandyan si Papa Jesus, may rosary, nandyan si Senior Santo Niño. Parang altar yung table nila. That's on them as well. You can bring your lucky charm. Sinipa ko ba yung upuan ko? Yes. Sinipa ko ba yung door? Yes. Kasi nandyan ka na, di ba? Wala namang mawawala. Gawin mo na lahat. Hindi ba ako lumingon? Lumingon ako konti. Kasi baka may makalimutan ako. Di ba? Baka makalimutan ko yung Noah ko. Ano nang gagawin ko? So yeah, I really followed some. And yung advice sa men on the spiritual side, this is really useful. Before receiving your questionnaires, you pray. I mean, before start, kapag of course ibigay sa'yo ng proctor yung questionnaires mo, di ba? Don't be too quick on answering. After receiving, you pray for peace of mind. Like, Lord, I hope, these questions, just guide me through the right thinking that I can answer them. So don't be too quick na, para kang atat ka ba na, hala, sagot, sagot, sagot. Don't be too excited. Don't be too, parang it will appear greedy kasi. However, dahil sa kaba ko, hindi ko siya nagawa sa Gen Ed. When I accepted, I answered right away. Tapos naalala ko siya. So I did it sa Prof Ed and sa major. Like, hindi ako sumagot. Kinalma ko yung sarili ko and asked for peace of mind na masagutan ko siya. So, yan yung advice that I will give to you. It's up to you kung sipain nyo or one thing, but don't be too greedy in answering. So, yeah, pagdasalan nyo muna yung questionnaires. Ask for guidance. All right. So, correct answer natin dito is correct. Letter D, expressive. So, nag-i-express ng, okay, feelings, our thoughts, no, yung psychological state ng speaker, our thoughts and prayers. Next. How about this one? I'm going to get it right. Excuse me. I'm going to get it right next time. Is it representative, commissive, directive, or expressive? Magiging tama na next time. Paano po yung atheist? Kayo ha? Talaga you're throwing me the most impossible questions. Just, it's what you believe in, you know? Huwag kang mag-conform sa kung anong nagwo-work para sa kanila. I'm not saying that you have to pray, diba? But at least before answering, you just like, okay, wag muna mag-isip ng kung ano-ano, focus, diba? You can pause. Okay. So for the atheist, okay naman. Okay naman if you don't have to pray. So don't, yeah. All right. So this is, okay. So, for example, yung jowa mo, 'di ba? Yung itong Valentine's, na-fail ka niya. So, nag-commit siya, nag-promise siya, "Babe, I'm going to get it right next time." Pero sa board exam, dapat walang ganito, Dapat wala ng next time. You're going to make it right this time. Okay? The present is the only thing that's certain. So, I'm going to get it right this time, this one time. Okay? So, some of you will take it, this is the last time. Some of you, the first and last. So commit to yourselves and to your goals. All right, next. Okay, so this one, I included it in my last January 26th, but let me see if you remember. How did you come to know about the tragic event? So what kind of mood is this? Is this indicative, subjunctive, imperative, or directive? Comment your answers. Ay, thank you so much. Ay, thank you sa anak mo. Lumaki yung tumaas yung aking hair. Ma'am, nag-visit ka din ba ng 7 churches? I did not. I don't think I had the time. Also, nakaka-stress kasi baka, like, baka mapagod ka sa biyahe. It really depends on you. But I did visited some chapels. So if you're from Cebu, lalo na magte-take ka sa Cebu City, dyan sa Mabolo, they have a church there. It's really serene. Yung parang, yeah, Ikaw sa horror pa nakakatakot siya na church. It's too quiet. It's too, you know, yeah, spiritual. So, nag-grocery. Yung chapel kasi na yon, they don't need monetary. Pwede namang monetary yung donation mo, but pwede rin groceries. So, nag-grocery as ako and then I prayed. I also went to Simala Church twice. Yeah. You can visit your nearest church. Also, like, before bago ako pupunta sa review center, makakadaan kasi ako ng maliit na chapel dun sa amin. So I really stopped and I was like, Lord, you know my intentions are pure. So yeah, sana ibigay mo sa akin. So it really depends. If you want to visit seven churches, it's also okay. Whatever works for you, ano yung makakapag at peace sa iyong isipan, gawin mo. Okay? Okay, so this is how did you come to know it's a question? So yeah, it indicates something. So indicative is used to make statements or ask questions about real or factual situations. Indicative, okay? Kapag subjunctive naman, nako, mga major in English, of course you've heard subjunctive, diba? I was lecturing for NAPOLCOM, nakalimutan ko, or civil service ba yun? And then, inaway talaga ako sa comments. Like, ma'am, I graduated AB English at hindi ko narinig yung yeah, subjunctive mood. Kasi yung subjunctive, iba yung structure niya, di ba? It's hypothetical, it's unreal. So we use the plural verb, yung are, or we use the past tense, di ba? So the subjunctive mood is typically used to express hypothetical, unreal situations, yung mga wish or suggestions mo. So, kaya nga, for example, yung sa indicative, you will say, it is sunny today. Pero sa subjunctive, sa wish mo lang or sa imagination, iba yung structure niya. It's past tense. I wish it were sunny today. Kasi in your head, tapos na siya. But hindi siya totoo. Nangyari lang siya in your head. Tapos na siya in your head. Okay, yan yung subjunctive, okay? Bakit ba natin sabi, I wish you were here. I wish you were here. So kapag subjunctive, always in past tense, okay? Use were, use did. Okay? Hypothetical siya, hindi totoo. Imposibleng mangyari. Okay. Another thing is the imperative. So kapag imperative naman used to give commands, request, or offer suggestions. So I think yung imperative, yeah, we've had this one already. Yeah, I just want to focus really on the subjunctive. Kaya ko yun inulit. Okay, now let's try the sentence construction. What type of diction error is in the next sentence? The dirty, filthy kitchen is the prime suspect for diarrhea among the household members. Is it overmodification, excessive variation, use of archaic term, or use of high fallatin word? So yung archaic, yung old-fashioned, diba? So paano naman yung sa sentence? Okay. Grabe naman, diba? Dirty na, filthy pa. Okay. It's like describing the attitude of your friend. Nako, sobrang maldita. In Bisaya, we have this term na kapag sobrang pangit yung attitude mo, we say, hindi makakain ng aso. It's like idiomatic. It means kahit yung aso, kinadidirian niya yung... So, it means sobrang pangit ng attitude mo. Okay, two modifiers. Yeah, sobra naman. Dirty na, filthy pa, diba? Over modification. So kanina okay lang 'yun, 'di ba? You modify the sentence, yung responsible officers, trusted friend. Pero kapag sobra naman, obedient, diligent. 'Yun na naman yung example ko sa principal. All right, let's welcome our dynamic, active, beautiful, talented principal. Grabe naman. So that's over modification. So it refers to the use of excessive descriptive words. So it can detract from the clarity and impact of the message na sobra naman over modification. Okay. Yung commands are imperative po. Okay. Excessive variation using too many different words. So, kahit na isa lang yung idea mo, para bang, you beat around hindi naman beat around the bush, but you use so much synonyms of that. So that's excessive variation. Anyway, I have an example para mas maintindihan nyo. Lumabas pala ito last September 2023. Ito pala yung example ko sa excessive variation. The teacher conveyed the concept of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis lang yung topic niya ha. Tapos yung sinabi niya, carbon fixation, light-dependent reactions, Calvin cycle, photo, shing, 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 election transfer chain, diba? Sobra naman. So that's excessive variation. So yung kaibahan niya yung over-modification kasi, it's the descriptive words. Dirty, filthy, yung the way it's described. Pero dito naman, it's, yung various terms, in-apply lahat. So excessive naman. Yung archaic, it's the use of outdated or old-fashioned language. So, dito, the bard. I think the bard is like a storyteller or a poet, diba? The bard recited an ancient epic poem to gather, yan ha, to gather the villagers. So, wala pong to gathered. To the gathered. Oh my gosh, I'm so crazy. To the gathered villagers. Okay. Oh, it's used as an adjective pala. So the bard or pwede namang the storyteller, diba? But it's archaic. So who is the bard of Avon? That's William Shakespeare, or the poet. To the gathered villagers. Okay. Kapag highfalutin, it's over na rin. Okay? Like pretentious and overly elaborate terms that might be used to impress or show off. So yung over modification, pwedeng na over lang yung pag-describe mo, but um hindi naman siya pretentious, 'di ba? It's like it could be an error, it's just a mistake. Pero yung highfalutin, para siyang, ano yun, like, on purpose. You're just trying to impress na there are people talaga na yung vocabularies nila hindi normal. Of course, I know a lot of intelligent people na they use difficult vocabularies and you know na, yeah, it's normal for them. Pero yung highfalutin, it's sumosobra naman. Okay, so often inappropriate na. So dito, the presentation was inundated with erudite vocabulary and ostentatious terminology, rendering to agabi naman, di ba? So it's too pretentious. Yung, hindi na bagay para sa situation. So that's highfalutin, okay? Pretentious. Now, I hope meron akong practice. Ay, okay. Meron tayong, okay, application kaagad. What type of diction error is in the next sentence? The knight gallantly rode forth on his trusty steed to vanquish the foe. Diba? Wow. So, yung humingi ka lang ng tulong sa friend mo. Tapos, yan yung ano nila, term. The knight gallantly rode. Really? Rode forth. So, is it over modification, excessive variation, archaic term, or the use of highfalutin? Okay. So, kailan nyo ba narinig yung knight? Yung gallantly rode forth. The trusty steed. Yung vanquish, diba? It's very, poetic. So it's, yeah, old. So knight, they are yung mga soldiers before, diba? Yung sa chess, yung horse sa chess, it's called the knight. So it's archaic, okay? Or old-fashioned. As I've mentioned, yung sa milord, milady, it's archaic. Now let's have this one. So that's it for the diction error. Now, dito naman tayo about language. Which benefit is derived from literature? as we engage ourselves in a continuing process of refining our capabilities. So, from literature. So, through literature, we refine our capabilities to use the language and our sensibilities to good language use. So, is it wisdom or exploration ba of worldview yung benefit na nakukuha natin from that end? Is it cultural function or is it language enhancement? So see, because of literature, na yung language use natin. Have you noticed if people are so keen in reading, sobrang galing din nilang magsalita. Yung vocabularies nila, yung sentence structure nila, it's so good. It's because of the input eh. So, isa yan sa mga advantages ng literature. So, that will be, okay, correct. So, letter D. This is a puzzle question, diba? Yung pwede mong i-analyze. So, of course, capabilities to use the language. Okay, so that's language enhancement. So, I think kasama na rin sa language enhancement, yeah, yung sa cultural function naman. So for example, if you watch or cultural appreciation, if you watch a lot of K-dramas, of course you're starting to eat kimchi, ramen, 'di ba? Tapos yung pandamit mo, it's K-pop na rin. So that's about culture, okay? Kapag wisdom, it's more personal. It's on your own. So na-use mo yung literature through your way of life, your way of thinking. Ay, yung si ano, yung nangyari sa ano, I can apply it in my situation. So it's more personal, yung wisdom, okay? Or if you like watching anime, 'di ba na-appreciate mo yung Japanese culture. So that's cultural function. But if it's about yung paggamit mo sa language, it's language enhancement, okay? Next. So isa din ito sa puzzle questions. Yung pinaka-common na ginagawa nyo when you're answering, you underline the questionnaires, 'di ba? You underline keywords. Now try applying it in this one. Which is an early 20th century movement in literature and arts that broke with traditional forms, conversion, and expectations, challenging accepted notions of the relationship between art and everyday life sana yan, and experimenting with new techniques, with new modes of representing reality. Broke with traditional. Is it modernism, postmodernism, scientific realism, or realism? Let me see. Oh no, oh no. All right, so most of the comments are there. So broke the traditional, modern. So it's modernism, okay? So yan. Context clues. If you really don't know kung ano ba tong mga to, so try to always remember the answer can be in the question. So make sure bago mo sagutan, clearly na iintindihan mo yung tanong. So characterized by themes of departure from the traditional narrative structures. Same din naman, but yung postmodernism is talagang iniba na niya talaga yung traditional norms. So yung modernism, it's just breaking from the traditional norm. Kapag realist naman, so aims to depict life as it is. So focusing on everyday experiences, yung mga social issues and the lives of ordinary people. So for example, yung Crime and Punishment by this author. So yung young man who commits murder. So and then okay, he had redemption through love and suffering. So it's about crimes, 'di ba? So it's an example of realist. Of course, the people in prison, 'di ba? What's the reality in there? Another thing naman is yung The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. So, yung family nag-migrate. So there are people na palipat-lipat ng tahanan, palipat-lipat ng kasa neighborhood, palipat-lipat ng culture. So what's the reality? So that's what, yeah, realist is all about, okay? The lives of ordinary people as it is. Yung mga social issues, mga everyday experiences. That's, yeah, realism. And then, okay, yung postmodernist naman. So dito, it's talagang, 'di ba, yung modernism, it just breaks from the traditional norms. Postmodernism, they really challenge the traditional norms. So there's parody. Yung passage, I hope I'm reading that correctly. I just learned that through reading. It's about, yeah, imitation of works. So modernists just breaking away from the traditional norms. Postmodernism, it's actually challenging the traditional norms. And then yung realist naman, it's social issues, everyday life. Okay? It's about reality, nothing tao. So there. Now let's have this one. In language learning, what term describes the phenomenon when a learner inadvertently uses the grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation patterns from their native language while speaking or writing the target language? Is it L1 interference, L2 acquisition, code switching, or language attrition? Comment your answers. Ma'am Jenny, pwede po bang mag-toilet break? Of course. And yes, this is uploaded, don't worry. Okay? If you can see, I don't know with the comments very much. It's because I think that not all of us are here, 'di ba? Yung iba, they will just do the rewatch. So, kawawa naman sila kapag palagi kong binabasa yung comments tapos during their time pag pinanood nila sa recording, it will be too, yeah, annoying for them. So, all right. Sagot natin is, okay, so I am trying to learn English, pero yung pronunciation patterns ko from Bisaya na-apply ko in English. So that's called the L1 interference, okay? Yung Bisaya ko, yung mother tongue is nag-i-interfere. Yung mother tongue ko nag-i-interfere sa bago kong or sa new language that I'm learning. So yung first language, that's L1, okay? Minsan kasi dun yung ilalagay lang is L1, L2. So it's good na you're familiar. So again, yung grammar, vocabulary, yung sentence structure from my mother tongue, ginagamit ko in the new language that I'm learning. So there is interference, mother tongue or native language interference. So L2 naman is the person's second language. So kapag meron ka ng mother tongue, tapos you're learning a new language, that's your L2. Okay? Ano naman yung code switching? So code switching is changing of yung ginagamit na language mo is iba-iba. So refers to the practice of switching between two or more languages. Okay? So right now, I'm speaking Tagalog and sometimes English and a little bit Bisaya if I don't know. So I'm doing code switching, okay? So sometimes if you speak in English tapos suddenly you curse in Spanish. So that is, yeah, code switching. Another thing, I think this is very common in the Filipino films. 'Di ba? Yung mga mayayaman kapag nag-aaway sila, English and Tagalog. That's code switching, okay? And finally naman, yung language attrition, very sad. Language attrition is the process of decreasing. Decreasing kung gaano ka gagaling or losing a language. So always remember that's language attrition. That's language attrition. So sometimes you get rusty, right? So before you lived in, ipagpalagay lang natin, you lived in Japan. And then suddenly, bumalik ka sa Pilipinas. So slowly, yung natutunan mong Japanese, it's nawawala siya. It's decreasing yung gaano ka kagaling. It's because you don't use it often. Hindi mo na siya ginagamit often. So tawag dyan is Language attrition. Okay. So there. Ano yun? Kapag dalawa daw yung languages na alam mo, it's you're bilingual. Tapos pag makalimutan mo yung isa, it's bilingual. So yeah, anyway, language attrition. Okay, next. So ito, the linguistics, lumabas ito last, yeah, September 2023. Which linguistic discipline analyzes how language is utilized within diverse societal environments and how it may differ depending on elements like geographical area or social standing. So, is it psycholinguistics? Is it social linguistics? Is it neurolinguistics or historical linguistics? So, which linguistic study is it ba? Na nagfo-focus siya sa, of course, the way we learn a language, it depends sa ating environment. Kung saan ka nakatira, ano yung, yeah, social standing mo, economic status mo, sino yung friends mo, ano yung religion mo, saan ka nag-aral. Of course, 'di ba, if you're around and yung bata, if they are around an environment na palaging yung curse words, 'di ba? Or yung parents nila palagi nag-aaway. So, and then you have that student at school and then masyashock ka kasi sumasagot din siya. So it's because of the environment, 'di ba? And that's called the, all right, very good. Social, wag naman sana. Social linguistics. Or of course, if the people inside the house, kahit na nasa Pilipinas, they speak English. So the kid, as they grow, yeah, they speak English too. So katulad ng mga anak ni Chris Oy and Slater Young. So they're from Cebu and they live in Cebu. But yung mga sons nila, they speak English. So yeah, sa environment. There. So, social standing, age, geographical area, that's social linguistics. Ano ba tong iba? So, social linguistics, the relationship between language and the society, okay? If you say that's the correct answer. If you've noticed, yung mga correct answers ko, naka-white background. Hindi pa ako tinatamad dyan in making the PPT. Tapos yung distractors naman, let's have the psycholinguistic. So this studies how people learn, understand, use, and think about the language. So ito yung mga may, I'm thinking yung sa mga aphasias, 'di ba? So natutunan ba nila inside the school, in their house? How do they react to that? How quick they learn? Ano ba yung mga motivations? So how people learn, understand, use the language, okay? Sometimes you confuse psycho with neuro. Yung psycho, it's more of the abstract form, how they learn the language. Yung neuro naman, it's the concrete, like inside your brain, how the brain handles the language. Studying how we understand and produce the language, ano nangyayari sa utak. So it's more on the physical structure ng brain. Okay? And of course, sa historical naman, it's yung pagbabago ng language over time. Okay? How languages evolve and are connected to each other over time. So, tracing the development. So, of course, ngayon, yung mga kabataan, iba na yung language nila, di ba? Compared sa atin. So, meron ng mga, ano yung, like, WYD. Hmm. What are you doing? Tapos ngayon, WYD na lang, yung iti-text or iti-chat. Di ba? Yung how about you? HBU. Have we come lazy? So yeah, that's, you know, variation of language. I always use this as an example kasi it's very, yeah, I think ito talaga yung pinaka-exact na example. So how English has changed over the last 1,000 years. So the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Yan yung sa modern. Sa King James Bible, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Pero same meaning yan. Sa I lack nothing, I shall not want. Sa Middle English, our Lord, yeah. And yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. And then sa Old English, okay, lalong hindi ko na mababasa. So over time, nagbabago siya, right? So if you've noticed, sa modern, it's more um simplified. He leads me to still waters. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Wow. So that's, yeah, yan yung pinag-aaralan or yan yung focus ng historical linguistics. How languages evolve over time. Okay? Sabi po ng BF ko, nandyan yung BF mo. Hello. No, I remember something. Kasi nagpa-registration ako. I have my own final coaching, di ba? It's 55 pesos. Tapos merong nag-text sa akin. Sabi niya, "Hello, nag-send sa'yo ng GCash ang boyfriend ko. Para saan yon?" Oh my gosh, I was so shocked. Kaninong jowa yon? Anyway, let's have this. So in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, Scouts said, I think there is just one type of folks. So what type of construction of the quote is this? Is it semantics, phonology, syntax, or morphology? So comment your answers. Nakita ko yan. Yeah. Hindi ko talaga na-upload ko lang siya. I did not respond. Sasabihin ko sana eh, boyfriend mo yun. Nagbigay siya sa akin ng gift. I want to mess up with them. Siguro I will go to hell, but I will go to hell laughing. Bakit naman? Okay. So let me see. Construction, okay? Pagkagawa. I think there is just one type of folks. Does it have to do with the meaning alone? Or is it phonology or morphology? Okay. Oh, okay. A lot are answering semantics. That can also be possible, but I actually answered syntax. So, nasan ba yun? Okay. So, yung syntax, it's the structure, okay? Yung question dun is construction. So, arrangement of the words and well-formed sentences. I, yung subject, think, as the verb, and yung object naman, there is just one type of folks. So, that's syntax. Yeah, formation of words. Okay, anyway, let's go back. Kapag semantics, meaning. Phonology, sound. Morphology, paano ginawa yung word. Formation of words. Okay? But you all know this already. So, semantics, yung meaning. So, sometimes kasi semantics, for example, if you say last stop and you say final destination, it's the same. Diba? It's your last stop, it's your final destination. But there could be subtle differences. So, yung differences na yun yung pinag-aaralan sa semantics. Okay? So, phonology is the sound. It's fine, it's fine. Let us try to do the drill. All right, so in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, which linguistic field would be most concerned with analyzing the sounds of the Elvish language, such as the pronunciation of the words like Noldor or Quenya? I really don't know. But anyway, good luck. So in Lord of the Rings, there are a lot of races. Merong dwarves, elves, hobbits, merong, ano ba yun, orcs. Yung orcs yung kalaban. There are ents, um, may letter G, nakalimutan ko. Basta yun na yun. Okay. The, trolls, there are trolls, goblins pala. So yung elves, they have their own language. Sometimes. Super talented ng author kasi nakagawa siya ng, right. We cannot even I cannot even do my assignment sometimes. Pero si J.R. Tolkien nakagawa ng entirely new language. But anyway, Elvish language, it's okay. So yung question dito, analyzing the sounds, that is phonology. Okay, next let's proceed. Which linguistic field would be most concerned in analyzing the internal structure of complex English words, such as on, happiness, reconsider, understanding? Is it phonology, morphology, syntax, or semantics? So, analyzing the internal structure. Right. So, dito, meron ng mga affixes, right? Merong prefix, merong suffix. So, that's morphology. Okay? Yung morphemes. The free morphemes, such as the root word, and the bound morpheme. Okay, correct. Tama naman kayo. Okay, let's go to the miscue. This one, I think ito yung lumabas the last September 2023. The girl saw a horse, but your student read, the girl saw a house. What miscue is this? Is it omission, substitution, mispronunciation, or insertion? Comment your answers. Sana wala na yung anthromophormasia. Actually, sobrang dami niyan. I was doing my final coaching last time. Yeah, naawa ako sa mga examinees. But it's not for you to memorize. It's for you to practice. Para ma-realize mo ba, you'll be put on the spot. Na, yeah, paano nga no? Pag ganito kahirap, wala akong alam. Ano kaya gagawin ko? And that will help you pass, honestly. Okay, correct. It's substitution. So, yung horse, pinalitan ng house. There. So, kapag substitution, you replace. Pasensya na, yung lecture ko, I try to make it as simplified as possible. Alam ko, marami na kayong problema sa mga utang at sa mga bayarin at sa board exam. So, hindi na natin pahihirapan yung explanations natin. Kapag omission, tinanggal. 'Di ba? Kapag sinabi, Jenny is beautiful. Tapos yung sinabi ng bata, Jenny is. Wala na yung beautiful, so tinanggal. Insertion, nagdagdag. Okay, sometimes I do this a lot. I didn't know na miscue pala tawag doon that time. Repetition naman is inulit, and reversal is binaligtad. I did this earlier, right? Yung sa two gathered, tapos nagkamali ako ng pagbasa. So, reversal. Okay, so let me do the drill. Konti lang. Yung original, she went to the store. Yung miscue, she went the store. What kind of miscue is this? Ma'am, kailan po yung final coaching? So, March 11 and 12, yung collab naman ni Ma'am Kimberly Jovida. Yung 11 siya, 12 naman ako. And it's in the evening, and it's recorded. If you want to join na. If not, it's also okay. You joined to this one already. Although, I had entirely different content. Okay, that's correct. So, tinanggal yung 2. It's omission. Next, this is the last for the miscue. The bird flew over the tree. The bird overflew the tree. What kind of miscue is this? The bird flew over the tree. The bird overflew the tree. If you can hear the, may nagko-construct beside our room. Yeah. All right, correct. So, binaligtad yung flew over at yung overflew. So, it's reversal. Okay, you know that one already. Now, let's try this one. Which of the following words show fricatives? Is it fiber, zinc, gun, or jet? Which of the following words? So, I want you to focus on the beginning letters. Okay. Show fricatives. Is it fiber, zinc, gun, or jet? I think this was also asked in the last September 2023. Yung mga fricatives, plosives. All right, so correct. If you say fricative, nandyan yung sound. Okay, so it's fiber, correct. So let's start with the plosives. So for the plosives, the sounds are the pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ga. Wag niyo na lang i-mind yung bilabial, alveolar, velar, kasi that's a lot to remember. Just remember the sounds. Yung plosives sounds, yeah, I made a mnemonic, fagbata, daga ka. But you can follow that, you can also not. It's up to you. But I think it's just easier to remember. Plosives, pagbata, daga ka. So all of the pa, ba, ta, da, ga, ka, they are, oh, nandyan, yeah, nandyan yung letter G pa rin. All of the consonants there are plosives. Okay? Next naman is sa fricatives. So yung sa questions. So fever, size, f, v, s, z, sh, j, th, th. So yan yung mga sounds sa fricatives. So yung fricatives dun is nabilang dun yung fiber, 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 fa, fa, fever, size. And then you have the sh, j, th, th. They are the fricatives. Okay, again, you don't have to remember everything. Yeah, you can have the mnemonic if you want. Yung affricates naman, it's just the sh, j. Yung sa affricates, yung mga ganyan yung mukha mo. Sh, j. Affricates. And yung pinakamadaling i-remember, ay hindi pala. This is also okay. Yung nasal, just remember manga. Nasal, okay? So M-N, ma-na-nga. That's nasal. Ma-na-nga. Or inside the manga, you can have this one. All right. And yung pinakamadaling i-remember, the lateral. La, la, lateral, letter L. Yan lang yan. Iisa. Of course, you have the approximate, the wa, ra, ja. Wa, ra, ja. So yung jet, it belongs to the, yeah, approximate. So again, lateral, it's already letter L, la. Nasal, the manga, ma, na, nga. Okay? And then affricates, yung sh, j, j. Okay. And that's for the fricatives. Fever size, fi, v, v, s, z, sh, j, th, th. Yeah. And the plosives naman is that. Okay? So yung sa question, I hope if ulit ito, fiver. Na fiver ko kanina. Okay, so let's proceed. Which of the following words shows plosives? Is it wind, thunder, ladder, or pop? Comment your answers. I did not introduce my name pala no in the start. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm sure even if I lectured before in this group, siguro some of you are just, sino ba tong babaeng to? Yeah. So I have a page, it's called Exams Jenny. You can check on that. All right, so plosives, pa, pagbata, dagaka, pa, pop, correct. Now, let's have this one. So, second part na ito ng coaching ko, right? First one, skill training. Second one, discussion. After this, we'll do the drills. So, wala nang options. Answer na lang kayo directly, okay? But later. Which of the following is true about the Philippine pre-colonial texts? Pre-colonial. Is it most pre-colonial literary text occurred in religious settings? It revolves around Filipinos' illiteracy. Death is used as a subject for narratives. Is it One, two, three, or one, two, three? Comment your answers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so most are answering the correct question, the correct answer. So many pre-colonial literary texts in the Philippines were indeed associated with religious rituals, beliefs, and practices. So it occurred in religious settings or yung mga supernaturals. Okay, religious rituals, beliefs, and practices. It's letter A. Okay, next. I think this is the last one for my. Ay, hindi pa pala. Okay, it's not the last for my discussion. There was nothing to fear, for the man was always so gentle, so kind. So, what literary device is utilized in this line from Magnificence by Estrella de Alfon? Is it en medias res, flashback, foreshadowing, or symbolism? So, there was nothing to fear. Mm. The man was always so gentle and kind. All right, so that's correct. It's okay, foreshadowing. Letter C. So kapag in medias res, it's a narrative technique where the story begins in the middle. Okay, hindi siya, it's yung accretive plot tsaka linear plot, they're the same. Accretive and linear, they start at the very beginning. Yung en medias res, they start in the middle. Okay? If you say flashback naman, a literary device where the narrative shifts to a scene from the past. So nagpa-flashback yung memories. If you say foreshadowing, symbolism, of course, is the use of symbols to represent ideas or qualities. Very often talagang ina-ask yung symbolism. So for example, ano yung symbol ng ring sa Lord of the Rings? That's ultimate power, di ba? Tapos I will also include in my final coaching ano yung symbolism ng rose sa Little Prince. Okay. So symbolism. There are symbols to represent ideas. Hindi lang yung literal na ring lang talaga siya. So it's the ultimate power. Yeah, there. So that's symbolism. Or sa Harry Potter, di ba, yung Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone. But anyway, our correct answer is foreshadowing. So, a literary device where the author provides hints or clues about the future events or developments in a story. So, that is our correct answer. Now, let me see if there is. Okay, there is indeed a practice. Ay, ang liit nito. Okay, let me read na lang for you. I'm so sorry. So, alin daw dito yung flashback? Is it letter A? As she walked through the old neighborhood, memories flooded back to her childhood, of her of child days playing in the streets. Letter B. The protagonist suddenly remembered a key event from his past that had shaped his decision to become a detective. Letter C. The novel begins with a description of the protagonist's life in the present day, but later chapters delve into his past experiences and upbringing. Letter D. The author includes a dream sequence in which the protagonist relieves a traumatic event from his childhood. So the problem here is that almost all of the options are correct, right? You will battle that a lot sa Prof Ed. But I hope yung Prof Ed is the same with the last seasons. I would say sa mga recent board exams kasi, or sa mga, yeah, like, after the pandemic, sobrang dali ng Prof Ed. Nahirapan yung mga tao sa major. Before the pandemic, sobrang hirap daw ng Prof Ed. Okay yung Gen Ed. So ngayon naging baliktad na. Yung intensity sa Prof Ed, it's easier na. Mahihirapan. Ako nahirapan talaga ako sa Gen Ed. Kasi I did not expect na maraming Filipino questions na lumalabas. Yung pinag-aralan ko talaga is Soksai. That's why. Okay. Actually, yeah, all of these are correct. But let's have it. So the novel begins with a description of, okay, protagonist's life in the present day. But later, okay, you are left with, ako, I answered letter, most of you answered letter A, right? I also answered letter A. It's just, yeah, all right. As she walked through, memories flooded of her childhood days, playing in the streets. So she was on the actual situation, diba? It's very specific. Of her childhood days spent playing in the streets. In fact, yung letter B shaped his decision to become a detective. May na-remember din siya something from the past, but dito yung flashback is not shown very much. So dito, okay, yung letter C, you can also, yeah, you're also right. The protagonist life in the, yeah, I did this and I did this on purpose. Now it went back to me. Ito kasi, for letter C, yung letter C, it's um present day, but later chapters delve into his future experiences. So, flashback is you just go back to the past, 'di ba? Yung letter D naman, the author includes a dream sequence. If ako ang sasagot ito, I'll be confused with A and B, 'di ba? Kasi B, he remembered something that shaped his decision. So it's also flashback. But yung letter C, present day, and then it delved into his future experiences. So not very clear yung flashback dito. So our answer is really letter A. It's just simple, diba? As she walked through, memories flooded of her childhood days. So yeah, nag-remember. Okay, so I think this is probably the last one for the discussion part. What atmosphere is created in this poem? Blossoms on the pear and a woman in the moonlight reads a letter there. Is it extravagance, dullness, romance, or exhaustion? Wow. Blossoms on the pear and the woman in the moonlight reads a letter there. Napaka-dramatic mo naman bumasa ng letter. Maganda, ngayon wala ng letter, di ba? Chat-chat na lang. So, hindi na siya romantic. But anyway, most of your answers are correct. Huwag na nating patagalin. So, it's, yeah, romance. So, if you can see, merong imageries of blossoms on the pear tree. Tapos yung woman na naliliwanagan ng buwan, evokes a sense of beauty, intimacy, 'di ba? Like lahat ng feelings while she is reading the letter. So it's romantic. There, yay! So that's for the discussion. So now let's proceed with the drills. So same rules, please just listen. So we are done with ano yun? Skill training. We're done with a bit of discussions for the big concepts. Now let's do the drill. To help face a relationship. Wow. Anyway, what is another term for slant rhyme? What is another term for slant rhyme? Comment your answers. So dito wala ng options. Ito talaga yung actual final coaching. Dahil na-discuss naman na lahat, you know, answer na lang. Okay, that's right. Correct. So another term for slant rhyme. Actually, pwede din naman na imperfect rhyme. But mas appropriate talaga yung half rhyme. So I had this in my previous lecture din. So diniscuss ko yung perfect rhyme, masculine rhyme, feminine rhyme. You can check on that. But let's not dig deeper onto that, okay? So again, kapag nasa option yung imperfect tsaka yung half, you answer the half rhyme, okay? Yung worm tsaka swarm. These are the rhymes na rhyme sila but not exactly the same. Para bang partial, impartial lang yung pagka-rhyme nila. Next. Dito na naman tayo sa mahirap. What figure of speech involves the repetition of words derived from the same root? So yung who shall watch the watchman? So yung watch at watchman, they are from the same root pero iba-iba yung function nila. Ano bang tawag sa figure of speech na to? Mama, di pwedeng walang option. Mas mahirap na to. Okay, so some are still answering the correct answer. Let us see. So it's dito watch, 'di ba? Tapos okay, it's polyptoton. So yan yung yeah, difficult word. So he sang she is singing and he sang yung sing sang song. So that's polyptoton, okay? Same root word pero iba-iba na yung function niya. I'm sure some of you are new to these words. If you have not seen my January 26th, you can check on that. The tributes in the Hunger Games is an example of what archetype? So if you have seen the Hunger Games, 'di ba yung tributes, yung papasok sa arena and they kill each other, it's a payment for the rebellion in the past. So kahit na hindi kasalanan ng tribute na nag-rebellion sila in the past, sila yung napaparusahan. What kind of archetype is that? Yung hindi mo kasalanan pero ikaw yung napasahan. Okay, that's right. This is also in the Lorimar books, scapegoat. Yung I think for every season meron talagang lumalabas na archetype question. So Loki in the Marvel universe is an example of what archetype? Loki in the Marvel universe is an example of what archetype? So if you don't know Loki, he is also from Norse mythology. So siya yung half-brother ni Thor. And kaya niya kasing shapeshifter siya. So you can fall into his trap. Mm. I remember that yung sa Ragnarok ba yun na favorite ni Thor yung snakes. So Loki pretended to be a snake. And then, lumapit naman dun si Thor sa snake kasi gusto niya nga yung snake. Tapos hindi na alam, brother niya pala yun. When Thor got near, Loki bit him. So that is an example of, correct, the trickster archetype. Yung lumabas talaga sa last 20, so lumabas sa last 2023 na exam is the trickster archetype. So these are all the archetypes. If you say scapegoat, character archetypes to. So yun yung tributes. Kahit hindi nila kasalanan, sila yung pinaparusahan. Meron din namang shapeshifter archetype. So that is Severus Snape. Sa Harry Potter, yung shapeshifter is iba-iba yung personality niya. Hindi shapeshifter na nagiging cat or nagiging wolf or nagiging snake. It's the personality. So in the first part of the story is mabait siya, and then naging galaban siya, and then naging protagonist siya, and then doon na naman siya kumampi sa may masasama. So it's yeah, the shapeshifter archetype. Archetype lang yan ha, hindi literal. If you say trickster, okay, that was Loki. If you say femme fatale, ito yung mga using their woman powers to gain dominion over others. So, di ba, have you seen like stories na, or have you read stories na merong sobrang gandang babae at siya yung ginagamit niya yung ganda niya to lure yung mga kalaban. So that's Circe, di ba? I think marami ito sa Greek mythology. Yung yung mga sirens, Like they use their very beautiful voice and then pupunta naman sa dagat yung tao and then dun pala is kakainin or something. So that's yeah, femme fatale. And then the jester is the funny. Okay. Jester is yeah, jester means jest or yeah, joker. So yeah, yung mga character na jokers. So that's the okay, jester archetypes. Meron naman tayong story archetypes. So sa story archetypes, pinaka-common sa lahat ng stories is yung overcoming the monster archetype. So if there is a very big enemy, such as Lord Voldemort or Sauron, or maybe kapag sa Jaws naman, meron yung mga sharks. 'Di ba? That's the monster there. Or it could be a bear, or it could be a witch. So if you say rags to riches, this is very Cinderella. 'Di ba? After her parents died, si Cinderella is naging ano siya, naging servant siya ni stepmother. And then, ta-na-na-na-na, and then she became a queen. Or na-marry niya yung prince. Or, yeah. So, rags to riches. I think this is very common, lalo na sa mga Disney films. If you say the quest archetypes, marami ito sa Percy Jackson or even the Lord of the Rings, in the manner of trying to destroy the ring, so they have to go to a quest, diba? Or Moana, for example. Diba si Moana is gusto niya isuli yung heart ni ano, ni Tefiti. So that's the quest. Tapos yung pinagdaanan niya, napunta sila under the sea. And then when they arrived there, si Teka, siya pala si Tefiti. So yeah, it's the quest. Rebirth naman, ano pa bang example sa rebirth? Yung sa Beauty and the Beast. Di ba yung beast, is, he became a beast, it's because he is a really bad ruler. Di ba? Isa siyang prinsipe, yung beast. And then he was not kind at all. So he is only kind sa mga ka-level niya, yung mga mayayaman, mga princesses, but to the commoners, hindi siya kind. So 'di ba inofferan siya ni godmother ng fairy ng rose tapos hindi niya tinanggap. So because of that he was cursed at naging beast siya, just like his attitude. And then nung na-inlove siya kay Bella, is it Bella? Yeah. I'm confusing it with the Twilight. Okay. So, Belle pala. Bakit ako nag-Bella? Tama. Nung na-inlove siya kay Belle, or sa kay Beauty, is merong rebirth doon. So, bumalik siya as the prince, but this time, he is nice. He is a good person already. So, that's an example of the rebirth story archetype. Okay. Sorry naman. Yung naisip ko kasi sa Bella is yung Twilight. Si Isabella Swan. Yeah, si Belle pala yun sa Beauty and the Beast. Of course, you have tragedy and you know what comedy is. Okay? Yung pinaka-common talaga na archetype is the yung love story, you know, like two people, they will be apart and then they will find their way back to each other. Yeah. So archetypes, it really depends on how you understand it, you know. Paano mo i-analyze or how much do you know the literary work? Okay. So I'm sure as major in English, you've had a lot of discussions, diba? Yung sa mythology or sa, yeah, mga works. Now, what are reading fluency components? So how will you know na yung isang tao fluent magbasa? Ano ba yung tatlong components or criteria na malalaman natin that that person is fluent in reading? So what are the reading fluency components? Some of you are already eating lunch, no? Really, sana all. Okay, after this, you guys, or you should eat while reviewing. It's also okay. So correct pronunciation. That's right. Of course, you have the speed of reading. Okay, isagot ko na lang. Okay. So correct pronunciation. That's correct. That's okay. Accuracy. So it's not just okay. So when a person is reading, wait, my phone suddenly. Okay. When a person is reading, kahit na tama yung pronunciation niya or accurate yung pronunciation niya, kapag sobrang bagal or sobrang bilis, it's not good, okay? Kapag tama yung speed niya, tsaka accurate naman yung pronunciation niya, pero walang emosyon. Like, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It's still not fluent. So there should be prosody or the emotion, yung mga highs and lows. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So kapag pinagsama yung tama, ang bilis, yung rate or yung speed, accurate yung pronunciation at my correct emotion, then yeah, that's when you can judge na, okay, that person is fluent in reading. So these are the three, okay? Speed, accuracy, and the prosody. Now, ano naman yung three prosodic features? What are the three prosodic features? Yeah, if it's too fast, yeah, you're eating your words. Some people are like that. Lalo na kapag you're too shy, it's normal. Or if you're a beginner, yeah, wala namang nagsisimula pa tapos master niya na agad. Okay. Walang kumakain. Wag naman, you guys should eat. Okay. So first is the stress. Okay, correct word stress, intonation, highs and lows, and of course your accent. Okay? Yes, that's correct. So kahit napabalik-balik nyo or you use synonym, basta kuha nyo yung three, okay? So dyan papasok yung sa emotion natin. It's the way you stress the words, your intonation of your sound, and of course your accent. So the three prosodic features. Next, let's proceed. What phenomenon is it when the speaker unconsciously applies aspects of his native language to his target language? So natanong ko to kanina. Yung grammar, yung pronunciation is nadadala ko when I'm learning a new language. Katulad ni Melay, di ba? When she's speaking English, she still uses koan. My heart is very koan. So what is it called? It's all right, correct. L1 interference. L1 interference. So yung mother tongue is nag-i-interfere and that's normal kasi yan naman talaga yung nakasanayan natin. Yan talaga yung nakasanayan natin na gamitin. And that's why when you're learning something new, yeah, sometimes nadadala talaga natin. It's the habits, di ba? I think it's not just language learning, about anything. Sa pagluluto, so if you are sanay na marami or maalat, so you know, maalat talaga yung lahat na niluluto mo. Yeah, it's habit. So nag-i-interfere yung nakasanayan. So in this case, sa language learning, it's yeah, L1 interference. Oh, the ambot, kuan and the ambot. Okay. What strength does the speaker has if he can structure words, phrases, and sentences coherently? What competence? Strength lang yung ginamit ko, but okay, let's make it as a clue for you. What competence does the speaker have? Okay. So there are speakers that are really good in organizing thoughts. 'Di ba? Yung they give the topic, the supporting sentences, the examples. Yung, yun pala yun, yung klarong-klaro. They don't beat around the bush, hindi sila, you know, kung san-san-san lang napupunta. So they have remember it's coherent, okay? So they have discourse competence. So there are speakers that really are like that. So they're good in organizing their ideas. They have the discourse competence. Kapag linguistic competence, dyan papasok yung grammar nyo. Yung syntax, yung yung speaker, sobrang galing niya gumamit ng mahihirap na vocabularies. Tapos lahat ng sentences niya, compound complex lahat. So, meron siyang linguistic competence. Okay? So, dyan napapasok yung, yeah, meron siyang grammatical competence. If you say social linguistic competence, ano yan? This is someone that is good with, ano ba? Social, Like, have you had a speaker that's so funny or entertaining? So, yeah, if you have the socialist, magaling siya with people, he has a good, yeah, he makes a good connection with them. So there are people lang talaga that when they communicate, it's just good. You listen and you get entertained, hindi ka nabobored. So they have that social linguistic, okay, competence. And of course, for the strategic naman, I don't usually include strategic. Nakakategorize ko kasi yung strategic competence sa reading. But dito, it's how the strategy that is used in, like, these are the speakers na nakikita na nafo-foresee nila yung mga possible problems and then they have solutions already. So they have, you know, sometimes there are speakers na, oy, may problema sa ano, but it gets fixed. So they have the, yeah, strategic competence. Like, there are the ones na, ay, merong technical problem, merong ganito. Like, if siguro sa atin, okay, hindi na, we will not continue. But if you have the strategic competence, yeah, you are good with finding solutions. Social linguistic, magaling sa social aspect. Kapag linguistic competence, it's the language itself, sa grammar, sa words. Kapag discourse, it's the, yeah, organization of ideas. Okay, so let's proceed. So, maybe itatanong tong, yeah, maybe you're not so familiar with the BICS. So, basic social setting or daily life. So, this is how we communicate with our family, with our friends, kapag we go outside and play. So that's, yeah. Do you read it as BICS? Just the basic. And then yung another one naman, yung counterpart niya is the CALP. Let me remove the black back or one in the lower part. So yung CALP naman, this is communication for higher level. So yung communicating with, like, academic na mga language yung ginagamit sa research or sa medical terms. So more on the, yeah, academic part. So I'm doing this para dun sa question, kung ano man yung question about that, you have an understanding already. So if you notice, most of the discussions I've had are the concepts lang, diba? So that para pagbalik-balik ta rin doon, you have the idea of what that is, okay? Yeah, strategic competence ba yung, yeah, that's good. Yeah, some people are really good at that. They forget the term and then they use another word to explain it still in a good way. Yeah, strategic competence. So again, BICS, yung B, just remember it's basic. Okay? Yung CALP naman, it's academic. Okay? Now, what is another term when we verbalize our thoughts? What is another term when we verbalize our thoughts? So meron kang iniisip and then sinasabi mo. It's Ed Sheeran's song. Expressive, okay naman. But dito is tinatanong ito eh. Yeah. Other than expressive, You are thinking, what is it? You verbalize your thoughts. So if you say, ang ganda mo, or if you think, oh, ang ganda niya, because you actually say it. Okay, so one answered it correctly. You're expressive, it's good. Yung expressive kasi it's more on the emotional side, 'di ba? Like naawa ka, so nag-express ka ng, sympathy. But if you say verbalize your thoughts, you think aloud. Thinking out loud. Okay, think aloud. Yan yung term doon sa board exam, okay? Verbalize your thoughts, you think aloud. Next, what activity will the students do with a closed test strategy? What activity will the students do with a closed procedure? What is it? Okay. Ano pong page nyo? It's called exams, Jenny. I couldn't read all that because I'm not in your group kasi, so some comments will be obstructed from me. I think limited lang yung makikita ko tapos wala pang pangalan. Lahat kayo ay Facebook user. Okay, correct. So kapag closed procedure, that's fill in the blanks. Kapag closed procedure, that's fill in the blanks. So kapag yung tinatanong paano mo i-assess yung oral skill ng bata, it should be performance based, okay? Kasi it's oral. Magiging invalid na siya, 'di ba? Napag-aralan niyo yun sa prof, 'di ba? Validity, reliability, and so on. So closed test, that's fill in the blanks. Next, yes or no? Can culture, language, and literature be taught all at once or in one? Can culture, language, and literature be taught in one? Yes or no? Actually, doon is agree or disagree lang yung as agree or disagree yung option sa board exam. But dito, ayoko nang pahirapan. Pwede naman yes or no lang. Can culture, language, and literature be taught in one? So, always on the positive side. Kapag itanong ito ulit, you agree. Okay, you agree. So, in learning, as I've mentioned earlier, yung board exam sometimes, inaano lang kayo, pinaglalaroan lang tayo, dinadakip tayo kung saan. So, di ba, there are advantages in learning literature. So, una, you can have language enhancement. Pwedeng ma-enhance yung vocabulary mo, yung structure. You can also have cultural enrichment. You can learn cultures of other people or sa mga sinaunang tao or from a different nation completely. So, yes, you can teach literature, language, and culture at once. Okay? And then next, what is the pen name of William Sidney Porter? What is the pen name of William Sidney Porter? Siguro, you will, I'm sure some of you forgot this one already. Okay. Or meron, I'm sure meron kasing iba na silent viewers and they're not familiar. So pen name ni William Sidney Porter is O. Henry. That's correct. If you are curious about the authors, nandun din sa January 26 ko na lecture, okay? I included a lot of authors. Sinulat ko yung ginawa nila and then their names, so you can really check on that. What is the motive of Edgar Allan Poe in his works? What is the motive of Edgar Allan Poe in his works? So yun guys, you have 2 weeks left. Ma'am, what should we do in these last 2 weeks? Kasi next Sunday and then after that the following Sunday na yung exam. So try to focus. Kaya nga on the very first part of this discussion, I asked you to assess yourself, 'di ba? Ilang percent na? Like from 1 to 10, you rate yourself. Ilang percent na yung readiness nyo? So, yung iba nasa 5 pa. So, yung mga sumagot ng 5, please, hanapin nyo yung other 5. Ano ba yung pagkukulang nyo dyan? Is it with the practice of shading? Or siguro yung materials nyo? Please don't buy your materials kapag malapit na ha, kasi marami na kayong competition yan sa department store. Baka magkaubusan kayo ng white polo shirt or ng red underwear. Char. Necessary pala yun. Or maybe for the pencils or the erasers. So I'm not sure if I still have it here with me. Yung ginagamit kasi na I have it on another one. So yung ginagamit kasi pinapagamit na pencils ng review centers or yung advice is Mongol 2, 'di ba? So during my time when I was practicing, yung ginagamit ko talaga is Faber-Castell na 2, yung exam-wise. And yun na yung ginagamit ko. 'Di ba I shade a lot? And then when we had our final coaching, your top-notcher speaker will sharpen that para daw maging top-notcher din kayo. So while our top-notcher speaker was sharpening, isinauli niya yung pencil ko. Kasi hindi daw Mongol 2. Maybe, baka because of that Faber-Castell, baka daw ma-fail ako kasi it's too dark. Tapos I really contemplated kasi, oh my gosh, paano ako mag-a-adjust sa Mongol 2? Nasanay na ako sa Faber-Castell. So what I did is, ako na lang sharpen. Yeah, I still use the Faber-Castell. So the only effective pencil na gagamitin nyo is yung pencil na komportable kayo. Okay? Wag ma, okay, wag ma, again, whatever works for other people may not work for you. So ako, Faber-Castell pa rin yung ginamit ko kasi doon ako comfortable. I tried using Mongol but hindi ako sanay eh. Naninibago ako. And during the board exam, wala ka ng time manibago. Wala ka ng time mag-adjust sa pencil. Make sure yung shift or yung focus ng energy mo is dun lang with finding the correct answer. Okay? Huwag ka na doon mag-sharpen or mag-adjust ka pa. Kasi kapag newly sharpened yung pencil, it's too sharp. 'Di ba? So ako, I use the pencils that yung nakasanayan ko na. Use or be with the ones that you're comfortable with para hindi ka na mag-adjust at mahirapan, okay? So that's it for the pencil part. Now, correct answer is Gothic. Gothic. Now, fallacy in which an argument is attacked or criticized based na may personal ka sa tao based on the characteristics or action of the person making the argument rather than addressing the actual content. What fallacy is this? Ilang pencils po ba? So ako, I sharpened 3. So, kasi you're not allowed to use ball pen. Hindi na pwede. Kasi baka marami kasing examinees, sometimes we're too nervous, yung ball pen yung na-shade niya. Just please, ipasok nyo sa isip nyo, wala nang extra answer sheet. Yung answer sheet nyo, don't be scared. Kasi wala yung pangalan but meron yung QR code. So yung answer sheet nyo, yung QR code niyan, sa inyo lang yan, okay? So there are like thousands of examinees, di ba? Paano nila malalaman? So para mas easy yung checking, it's a QR code. So merong QR code na, okay, kay Jenny dapat lang yan. Ako natakot ako konti kasi, when I removed nung proctor yung paper, I was like, oh my gosh, 'di ba walang pangalan yon? Paano niya malalaman na akin yon? So tinanong ko talaga, sir, how will you know that, it is of a specific person? Dahil pala sa QR code. So wag na kayo mag-overthink niyan. Masasayang yung energy niyo, okay? Sa pencils, I had 3 Faber-Castell for my answering kasi yun yung sanay ako. And for my writing naman, yung isusulat niyo sa names niyo, pencils pa rin. Okay? So, pencils pa rin yung isusulat niyo sa names niyo. You're not allowed to use any pen kasi baka yan yung magamit sa pag-shade. There are a lot of mistakes na nagawa na yan. So, what I did is that I brought 3 Mongols for writing my name and so on. And then for the shading is yung nakasanayan ko. Okay? May pangalan, but it's in the, you remove it kasi. They i-remove nila yung answer sheet mo. So, mahihiwala yung pangalan mo tsaka yung answer sheet. I was so, oh my gosh. Tapos, may QR code pala. So, don't worry, okay? Anyway, sagot natin dito is ad hominem fallacy. So, ito yung ad hominem, yung for example, Huy Jenny, linisan mo naman yung bahay mo. Like, Oma, bakit ka judgmental? Ikaw nga, yung itim na kilikili mo. 'Di ba? Instead of I addressing na, okay, madumi yung bahay namin. I attacked the person saying, Uy, Jenny, linisan mo naman. So that's ad hominem. For the fallacies, I discussed this also in my January 26 lecture that you can check in this group, okay? So, maraming fallacies din na lumabas, lalo na yung ad hominem. So, pay attention to that. And then, next, a simplified language that develops as a means of communication between groups with no common language, often used for trade or other practical purposes. What is this? Pencil na day sa pag-write? Yes. You're not allowed to use pen. Kasi yung ibang examinees, they're too nervous. Yan yung nagagamit nila sa pag-shade. Also, lahat ng... So yung setup doon, guys, mag-room visit kayo, okay? Pagdating nyo, you put your bags and then sa front. So I think yung mga ganito, smartwatch, earphones, it's not allowed. Lalo na yung phone. So everything is, sometimes nga yung sa ibang kong classmates, yung belongings nila, it's outside the classroom. So you can put it, in front of the classroom. Tapos yung natitira na lang sa table mo is your snacks. So all of the liquids, it should be sa floor. Hindi allowed na maglalagay ng liquid sa table. Baka kasi walang extra answer sheet eh. So it's really ikaw talaga yung magsa-suffer if something happens to your answer sheet. That's why. Okay, so correct answer is yeah, that's right. It's pigeon. So dialect, okay, it depends on the geographic location. Socialect naman, it's the social group. Ethnolect is the ethnicity. So kapag Creole, this is a product of two languages combined. If you say pidgin, so you are all correct. Wow, so smart. So that is the ano, simplified language. So there are two people, wala silang common language. So they use the pidgin ano, to communicate. And of course, for the jargon, it depends on a certain profession. We have, yeah, for medical jargon, for education naman, of course, we use the words such as pedagogy or something. So, tayo lang yung makakaintindi. All right. So, look into that. Now, what research design involves the collection and analysis of numerical data to identify the patterns of relationships? Ano naman na research design ito? Analysis of numerical data. Yeah, hindi na nila ina-allow yung may ballpen. Baka magkamali. Ano ba yun? Calculator? I think sa mga major in math lang. Yeah, I don't think we are allowed. So, pwede bang, may nabasa ko kanina, pwede bang magdala ng ruler? You can. Pwede magdala ng ruler. Yan din yung in-instruct sa akin ng sister ko. Guys, yung shades, I mean, yung, saan kayo magsi-shade? Ano ba to? Yung rectangle sa options, it's too small. So, number 1, may 5 boxes. Number 2, 5 boxes. Number 3, 5 boxes. So, kung tatanga-tanga ka tsaka iba yung ma-shade mo, it's really sad. So, pay attention to that. Okay? So, yeah, that's why. they're too close to each other and they're small. Hindi naman sobrang liit, but yeah, it's too small. So, pwede ka magkamali. So, dapat, yeah, you pay attention. What I did is that I answered in my questionnaire first. Kapag final na talaga yung answer ko, like, naintindihan ko na, na-apply ko na lahat ng elimination at kung ano-ano pa dyan ko na siya ilalagay sa answer sheet. Parang pang finished product lang yung answer sheet. Okay? All right, collect. That is qual okay, quantitative data. So quantity, that's number. Okay. So another naman is yung quality. Kutoy na. Kutoy is gutom in Bisaya. I have another one for you. Gusla. We're almost there, guys. Okay, let's just um speed things up. The view They view language as a tool for communication and emphasize its practical use for real life situation. So sino itong mga to na they view language for communication at practical real life situations? They are the I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, scantron. Scantron paper. Okay, correct. Someone answered it correctly. They are the functionalist. Functionalist. So you have the structuralist, such as, yeah, of course, I can focus against a language. There's a structure. Functionalist naman is the, yeah, everyday use. Transformationalist is, it's about the change of the language or transforming it. Interactionist pala. It's with the, I think, day to day. Yung functionalist kasi, it's more on the practical, yung sa work. So interaction, it could be with your friends, diba? It's more informal. So interaction is just using for interaction. So it could not be for speaking. It could be for, chatting or yeah, letters. So there. Kapag practical, day to day, it's functionalist. Okay. And these are already also talked about in my previous lecture. Which technique does a writer use when he or she describes something while tapping different senses? Which technique does a writer use when he or she describes something while tapping different senses? Is it okay? Thank you so much. Okay, so nakuha na yung correct. I think this is my last one for my drills. So pay attention nyo lang. Gusto ko lang ma-remember nyo yung sa skill practice. Yung first part ng lecture na to, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante para sa akin. So learn how to analyze the questions. Merong critique questions, yung mga poetry, mga ipapa-analyze sa'yo, yung mga symbolism and so on. Merong factual questions. These are the difficult questions. So look for clues. Okay? On the other side of your questionnaires, baka nandyan yun. Or context clues. Or assess the choices. Okay? And of course, the puzzle questions. Pero yung puzzle questions is easier naman because you can analyze it. Free morpheme, it means the root word. It can stand alone. So for example, yung salitang dog, kahit na mag-isa lang yun, naintindihan mo yung dog is aso. That's free morpheme. It's independent. Yung bound morpheme naman, these are the morphemes that cannot stand alone. So ito yung mga affixes. Yung mga im, ing, meant, so ist, mga so on. You on their own, you cannot understand them kasi affix lang sila. Prefix, suffix. Without the free morpheme, hindi mo maintindihan yung bound morpheme, okay? Yung bound morpheme, there are two types, inflectional and derivational. Yung inflectional, it can talk about the plurality of something. So inflectional morpheme, for example, yung dog. Tapos dagdagan mo ng S, dogs. 'Di ba? So yung S dyan, that's inflectional morpheme. Yung derivational morpheme naman, it changes the meaning of the word. So for example, yung teach, that is a verb, 'di ba? Tapos dagdagan mo ng derivational morpheme na ER, teacher. So naging tao na siya, teacher na siya. Yung friendly, friendly siya, mabait siyang tao, marami siyang kaibigan. Dadagdagan mo ng derivational morpheme na un. So hindi na siya nagiging friendly, unfriendly. If it talks something about grammar, inflectional morpheme yung isagot nyo. Okay? Kapag yung morpheme nakakabago ng meaning, derivational morpheme. Okay? So that's what it is about the morphemes. I know you are hungry already. So things you need during the board exam, your presence of mind. Okay? Presence of mind. So listen to the proctor, read the instructions. Good condition physically. Wag maglagnat, wag mag-cramming, baka antukin kayo. Please take care of yourself. Mentally and emotionally. So I see a lot of examinees umiiyak sa CR ng kanilang center. Please don't do that. Okay? Kasi mauubos yung energy nyo, guys. Yung dugo nyo is nasa mata nyo na, wala na sa utak nyo. Dapat nandito, okay? I know, gutom na kayo. I'm also kind hungry too. Siyempre, since 8 a.m. pa tayo dito. So, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, ito lang yung techniques. I keep on repeating this so you can take a screenshot. Shade correctly. Walang letter E na answer, okay? Eliminate. You question all the choices. Dapat dalawa lang yung natitira mo. In your questionnaire, underline keywords. Huwag maging opinionated, okay? Dapat objective yung answer. Make sure you understand it before you answer. Final reminder, you cannot live March 17, 2024 again. It's just one time. It's just isang araw lang yan. I don't want you to regret it. If you become too anxious, drained, scared, or emotional during that day, you will regret it. So remember, you cannot live March 17, 2024 again. So if you have done your absolute best, if nag-aral ka na, and then sinunod mo na lahat ng superstitious, then surrender your worries to God and just answer correctly, okay? Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much. My Facebook page, it's called Exams Jenny po. At ito talaga yung always kong problem. Nasan si Sir Melvin? Guys, iiwan niyo na ako, guys, guys. Chat ka muna si Sir. Hala, hindi baka nag-lunch si Sir Melvin tapos iniwan ako. Um, ito po. Hala. Okay. So, sige. Some of you, you can take your lunch and you can leave me alone. If meron pa kayong question, okay, dito na po tayo sa willing po akong sumagot. Kasi si Sir Melvin hindi pala dito. Yes, you're welcome, guys. My Facebook page is called Exams Jenny, okay? Happy eating! Sumasakit na rin yung chan ko actually. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry na. I think you have another live with Ma'am MJ. Sa English pa rin yan. So, same kami ng review center. If I'm correct, is it MJ Zambrano? Kaluoy ni mo biyaan ra ka mo. O lagi, please don't leave me. Information overload. You don't have to memorize everything. Just really, yung first part talaga yung siniguro ko. Kasi hindi niya talaga alam kung anong lalabas doon. Yay, thank you so much. Guys, iwan niyo ako. Sige, bahala mo eh. Okay, you can go and eat na. Hala, wala talaga si Sir Melvin. I don't wanna turn it off. Kasi minsan kasi if pag alis ko, diyan din siya babalik. Yes po, it's available. So I have another lecture with Ma'am Kim. So 2 lectures yan. Pero there's a fee, 55 pesos. So March 11, si Ma'am Kim. March 12 naman, it's me. Meron pong majorship later. I think so. Based on your schedule, you have major in English final coaching part 2. Okay? Required po ba ang black shoes? Yes. I have classmates, siguro okay naman kapag medyo dark lang yung shoes, basta yung hindi too obvious. Alangan naman mag-neon ka dun or yung open na shoes mo. So, don't do that, okay? Okay yung closed shoes, the dark. Kasi yung sa let, sobrang dami natin mga aspiring teachers. So, hindi na yan manonotice. Yung isusuot, white na may collar, black pants or skirt na yung pang professional, okay? As to me, I didn't have, so I wore jeans, black jeans. Pero I was really overthinking that kasi paano pag hindi ako papasukin? So just to make sure, wear pants or skirt na black. Okay? And then yung shoes, yeah, black. Yung closed shoes. Basta wag lang yung neon. Sobra naman. Yeah, meron pa later. Ay, hindi mo ko iwan. Thank you. Saan pwede magamit sa answer sheet? Oh, thank you. Nandito na siya. Okay. Nag-Q&A na lang kami, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Okay naman, natapos na, ma'am? Bilis, ah.
Yes po. Ayan, nagugutom. I speed it kasi nagugutom na sila.
Ayan. Sige, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Jen. And LPTs, we will be back, no, this afternoon with Ma'am MJ naman. So, pasalamatan natin si Ma'am Jenny, no, for the time that she spent sa pagpapa-unlock sa atin sa time na ibinigay niya para sa inyo. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Jenny. And yes,
Thank you,
wag niyo po
sir.
sayangin ha ang efforts ng ating lecturer. Sana ay marami kayong natutunan. Baunin niyo po yan sa board examination ninyo. Ma'am Jen, you can now take your
Thank you,
lunch, ma'am.
sir.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Jenny. Ako na po bahala mag-end dito. Thank you, Ma'am
Thank you.
Jen. Sige po. Message ako. Ayan. LPTs, see you this afternoon. Take your lunch. 1 p.m. po, magsisimula ang ating afternoon session. Um, that will be with Ma'am MJ.